Hi everyone, just let me get this thing on. Just a minute, please. Who's pressed the wrong bloody buttons? Anyway, what did you think of the game? Hey, what does everyone think of the game? Hey, come on. What does everybody think of the game? Early goal. Thought game was on. Early goal. And I don't know, that missed by Mo. Jeez. That was a major 2-0. Anything could have happened. Hiya, Darryl.
Hey, Frank, how you doing? All right, buddy.
What did you think when, the early goal? What did you think? What was your first thoughts with Salah's penalty? What was your first thoughts when it went in?
Well, when we got that penalty like in the 7th minute, I thought, hey, we're on here.
Yeah.
And then obviously Mo's miss. Jesus. And then second half, I thought, oh, come on, we got this. And then it just was absolutely nothing in that second half.
No.
Nothing.
No. And I thought, going in 1-0 at half time, which is still great by our standards, great going in 1-0 at half time. Our fans were brilliant as well. They were doing all the shouting. Yeah. And then I thought Klopp was to give them a good pep talk. I thought he was, this genius that can move players about, telling their positions to go in. But you've got to give credit to Atalanta.
Very tough side.
They really played well. And don't forget what I said about their manager. He's a wily old man. And Dino, LFC says, all right, Frank, gone out in an absolute whimper, mate. Really strange second half performance. Absolutely no intensity and no agency. Credit Atalanta. They've absolutely had our kicks down. I think that just sums up everything. What Dino says, absolutely everything, because we did go out with a whimper. I thought we'd have come out in that second half and just went at them. Went at them. But we didn't. For some reason. I just didn't understand it. Again, with these bad passion in the first half especially. And Szoboszlai was really guilty of one where, they could have easily have scored when he crossed field. When we played for our schools, we were told, don't pass across field. See what I mean? Aren't you going to say anything? No.
I just don't. No, I'm just waiting for you to tell me to talk, answer the question. But no, I just think Dominic Szoboszlai needs really looking at the moment. Yeah, he's playing atrociously. He's just got nothing. His passing's all wayward. He done it last week, and he nearly cost us another goal this week.
Yeah.
Curtis Jones, I don't know what's happening with him either. Well, we rebuilt that midfield at the start of the season, and it just looks completely washed.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah. Yeah.
Clear out needed, Frank. I think clear out's got to be needed. I think.
Well, all right. Let's see what the lads are saying here. And Anfield, get this down here. get this down here. think we could do that, to be honest. And he says, I do have a question of the character of some of these players. Are a lot of their minds on new careers? I hate to say it. Salah and Diaz did nothing, and Curtis and Szoboszlai were awful. Only what we've been saying. Even if Frank really poor performance, says TW. And Enzo's name is cleared, bro. Yeah, that's what the drunk says. Dino says, worrying how we seem to be running out of absolutely everything that got us into the position we're in. Imagine energy. It's all disappearing at the worst time possible.
Yeah.
And the drunk says so many people were scapegoating Endo. And Endo wasn't even on. And we still sucked, says the drunk.
Yeah.
Go on.
I just don't get it. I don't like McAllister playing in the 6 at all.
No.
He's an 8. He's an 8.
He is, yeah. He is, and he's well better forward. He's well better forward. I don't know. I don't know. I know the wonderful save by Allison, where he was offside, how he got to that is counted. But that was unbelievable. And that fella, does anybody agree? I'll bring in Lee in here. And the drunk Vigo says we can't score from the run of play. And that's a spot on comment as well. It says. And Yusuf says, I want the season just to end now. These are the performances we're going to see for the next 6 games. Players have given up.
Yeah, I reckon. I agree.
You know what I mean? A little gift there from the drunk. Jeff Ellison. Lackluster effort again, I'm sad to say. No idea how to beat this team, even after a dream start. Exactly. And the TW, Gapco was piss poor for me, Frank. I don't care about all this data crap that Paymac keeps going on about. You're right. Yeah, you're right. Like for me, the first half belonged to Trent.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Brilliant. But he's ring rusty as well. He's not up to the fitness level that we need. He's not up to it, and that's why he was substituted. Did you think though, when we took our forwards on, that the game, like forward play, diminished a little?
Completely diminished. The second half, they just looked absolutely lost out there. I was begging for Jota and Nunes to come on, and they may as well not have bothered coming on. Both of them didn't get a touch of the ball, either of them, did they?
No. Well, Richard Richardson says, evening everyone, the LFC players were burnt out, tired, no ideas, no energy, can't score, can't create, no plan B. Big, massive clear out in the summer, and new manager is needed.
Yeah.
Well, new manager is because he's going, isn't he? So that's a foregone conclusion.
As much as I love the man with all my dear heart, Frank, I just think he just looks like he's given up. Totally.
Yeah. And as I said about that, and Yusuf says, do you see us beating Fulham on Saturday? I have that as a draw. It's going to be
Fulham. No.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, it's made it look much harder.
Yeah.
It's made it look much harder. But the main thing is we won. And can I ask you all?
It was that constant passing from the back that did my head in all game again.
Anyway, Allison had more touches than Curtis Jones, didn't he? That's what the Yusuf says.
Yeah.
No plan at the second half, says Andy Newman. Yes, no plan. Go ahead, Lee.
I can't tell you my opinions of how bad that looked because I didn't even watch that. I just went on Redmond TV's live stream. I would have had to go out the flat to watch that, to have stayed in and just listen to it on Redmond TV's live stream. Didn't even see the pictures of it, mate. Terrible, aren't I? What a
You should have went round. You should have went round Frank's house.
It wasn't meant going out, mate, and I just couldn't be bothered. I just didn't think it was going to be worth it.
Well, Bonkers don't fight in the second half. Come on, lads, let's be serious here. No fight in the second half.
What it is, he's made us brilliant in Europe again, and third in Europe again, a good name in Europe again, and to go out like that, really lame with a whimper, and not. I'm glad I never saw it. Do you know what? I think that makes me an even better fan. It just tells you how bad it is for me. I could not even look at it because I knew.
Well,
I knew what lay there, what left there, what we were going to get. You know what I mean?
Well, I'll say this. I might be third time lucky trying to get this comment in. What is wrong with Szoboszlai?
That's what we. I don't know, Frank. It's just. I'm just fed up of giving the ball away constantly. It's just. I was screaming at the TV in the finish of it with Szoboszlai how many times gave the ball away, and Curtis Jones. The amount of times them two gave the ball away. That second half was absolutely shocking.
Yeah.
The only positive note of the night is we kept a clean sheet finally.
Yeah, kept a clean sheet, and Trent's getting back to fitness with all the minutes he's getting. Some of the balls in the first half were absolutely amazing. Right, I'm going to go through these. I'm going to ask you.
Has there ever been an upcoming derby where both teams are in such poor form?
Well, let's have a look at what Richard says. Richard Hutchinson. Players rating: Alisson 6, Trent 5.5, Virgil 5, Konate 5. Robertson 4.5, McAllister 5, Szoboszlai 3.5, Jones 3.5, Salah 5, Gakpo 3.5, Diaz 3.5, Nunes, these are the subs, 3.5, Jota 4, Elliott 4, Dan 4, Gomez 3.5.
Wow. Trent was never a 5.5. He's a 7 out of 10, probably the best player on the pitch for us. Probably that what I'd say.
And that's Owen Oran says when Szoboszlai was mentioned, what's wrong with Szoboszlai? He's crap, that's what's wrong with him. He just comes out and says it. Richard says we didn't do anything in the second half. First leg cost us embarrassment, shocking. You can tell we're all annoyed. Szoboszlai is not playing in his rightful position, says the Bonkers, and he's right. He's right. He's not playing in his right position. He's brilliant for his team. He's captain of his team, hungry, and. The drunk with his little.
I'll tell you what, drunk, a good word is sobering. The last few days have been very sobering, including tonight's game, the last two performances. It's been a sobering experience, hasn't it? Everybody who loves LFC and wants the best for them. It's been chastening as well. It's been bloody hard. It's just gone
We'll keep it real. He's Mo was a 2. He's given him 2 out of 10 for his performance.
Cash in on these players that we can still get money for, because FSG aren't giving us any money, mate, for a new manager. You know how tight FSG are. We've got to sell, mate, to get money out. You know that, Frank, don't you? We were laughing about how nothing they've spent like since they've been
all the time. Let's spend 30 million a year. That's why we're worth 4 billion. But anyway, Yusuf, that's Zappacosta. Yusuf, that's Zappacosta had Robbo on toast the whole game. Horrible to watch. Do you know what? I was going to ask you about Robertson. What did you think of his game?
Not very good. Not very good at all.
He was awful. He was terrible, in my opinion.
I said to you, Frank, I think it's time. I think we've seen the best of Robertson now.
Yeah. We'll see the back of him, yeah. That's in my opinion as well. Lee Ganzi, Dave Povey's right here. The Reds all should be banned a week's wages for poor performance. Absolute joke. My son would play in any LFC player off the pitch. The ban on all players' wages should go to charity. Yeah, they could go to support this channel. He does, wouldn't it? Yeah, I understand that. And discipline them. Yeah. You know, these are this is the frustration of our fans. And Paul Baker, Paul's a friend.
The Mr. Mantiago's got a few mentions.
Sorry?
The Mr. Mantiago's got a few mentions today. I've just noticed a couple of people have been mentioning.
Okay. I mentioned them myself on Jamie Phillips' thing. He's talking about Edwards. Yeah. And how great players he gets. And I said, what about Karius, Thiago, Oxlade-Chamberlain? Jesus. And Naby. Good evening, boys. Should have started Elliot, but we did keep a clean sheet, says Paul. Yes. Jurgen Klopp shining all on him. No Edwards to help him out since he got full control of the club. And look at the kip of these players. But the kip of the players has got where we are today, you know, keeper. You've got to take that into consideration. You have to. Salah really should have scored that chance in the first half where he lobbed the goal. He says, Yusuf. Yeah, of course. I totally agree.
I didn't even hear the first half. I only joined in listening. That's all I did. I listened from about 10 minutes to the second half.
I ain't being funny, Lee, but if you'd have watched the game, and you'd have seen that they should have had a straight red card, mate, in that first half.
Should have gone off. And Diaz, you know, because he was saying you should have shown him a red, he got a yellow. Diaz.
Yeah.
For arguing, I couldn't understand that. That was like RF, you know what I mean? That was like RF. I want to take Isak with a heartbeat than Nunes.
Oh, yeah, I would too.
What is Szoboszlai's correct position? He's
a winger.
He's on the left. Winger. He's on the left, TW. And why have we got Ryan Gravenberch?
Ask Pep Linders.
I'll let Lee answer that, seeing that he never watched the match. Why have we got Gravenberch, like?
Some people think he's still got a chance of doing all right, so I don't know.
Ask Pep Linders.
Is that long ago? When did he last play? I've forgotten. When was it?
Do you know?
Brentford or something when he last played. No, Chelsea in the Carabao Cup final when he got crossed.
Yeah. Well, there's Owen Oran. Allison had 105 touches, Kanate at 106, Salah 36, Jones 78, Alexis 93, Szoboszlai 49, Robbo 81, and Van Dijk 93. Allison had more touches. Well, Kanate, had more touches in Allison than any of our other players.
It's just ridiculous stats to think as well. Like Salah 36 touches. That's just a joke, really.
And Richard says, why didn't Enzo play in the number 6? McAllister should have played as a number 8 or a number 10. This is why, Klopp is so, I don't know, unless he's got a broken leg, you can't even answer that. I just don't understand it myself.
No, I don't either, Frank. I just think when he was like in that game, it was getting very cagey. It was getting very cagey for us, and we couldn't get through. Why didn't we just bring Gomez on to play in the 6 and bring McAllister forward into his natural position?
Yeah, but it was too late.
Yeah,
it was too late. I don't know. I don't know what's going through our players' mind, and I'll tell you for why. Is it because Klopp is leaving? Do you think it's got to them finally?
Yeah. Did it a few weeks ago, didn't it? After the Carabao Cup final, it's gone since then. We haven't had a performance.
It seems like a shock. It seems like as though someone's coming. When you get a shock of death.
Mm.
It comes in like that. It might be a delayed shock to them that he's actually going.
Mm.
Yeah.
Taking off the bunker says taking off Robbo to play Gapco there was strange. Why not? Yeah. Why not Games put Jones out there? Yeah. It's a strange concoction of some of his tactics. He's got no plan B. He's never had a plan B as Jürgen. Never. He only plays the one system constantly. I know it's going to look interesting when Edwards and Hughes does in the summer with players going out and players coming in. Yeah. But what you've got to take into consideration, as one of the lads said, I think it was Darryl, about the owners. All right, we're going to get money in, but today's prices, if we want to march on to what we should be marching on to, these players are going to cost between 80 and 100 million. You're not going to get any bargain basement players.
Right.
That's what.
And on regards to selling Mo, Frank, for selling Mo in the summer, it's like Saudi's offered us 150 million in January. His market price is going to be half that now.
Yeah. JK.
Easy, bro. Yeah, I'm there, bro. Hope you guys cool, Darryl, Lee, Frank.
One love, JK.
Good to hear, bro. Good to hear, man. Today, what a game! Like, we never got out of first, second gear, bro. Should have won that game. Salah's goal had to go in to make any difference to that film right there.
Yes.
I think as soon as he missed, the film was over. If he scored there, it was on. All I'm saying from this is the only positive I'm going to get out of this game today. I think the disappointment was taken out of us last Thursday. We kept a clean sheet and we won the game. And we haven't done that in a while. So I'm going to just take that, hopefully. But performance-wise, bro, not sharp enough, Szoboszlai, Curtis especially. I think Curtis Jones, since he's come back from injury, along with, say, Szoboszlai, and even Darwin have probably been the worst out of the lot of them. Kanate looked better today after coming back from injury. He looked a bit sharper and stuff. But Szoboszlai, Curtis Jones, not getting involved in the game enough for me. It's like, where's the winning mentality in the team, Grab the ball, go forward. We didn't go forward enough consistently. It was like the defenders had more touches than the attackers, bro. Alisson, Virgil, and Konate, between them, had nearly 300 touches. So that was the sort of flow of the game. They kept on passing to each other. They did the same against Palace as well. Kept on passing to each other. Maybe our attackers not running into any space that's there. Because the cameras on the TV, they only show you when Virgil's got the ball. They don't really show you what's going on top. So a majority of the game, them guys just passing with each other. Well, they better sort it out anyway, because Sunday, big game, Derby next week. I think this sleep football that we've been doing needs to be sort of taken out.
Can you remember the last time a Merseyside derby come around when both teams were playing as bad as what we both are now? I can't remember what like for this one that's coming up.
Mhm.
Both teams are playing atrociously. So
Yeah.
it's going to be some game.
Yeah,
The game we've got left, the derby, we won't be getting anything like winning anything, but we've got the derby.
come on, Lee. You can't compare Liverpool's performances as bad as Everton's. Come on.
No, I said when both teams are playing badly, because we're playing badly now. Oh, come on, we are playing badly now.
Yeah,
Not
we're both playing bad.
badly.
Yeah.
I do.
Great. Yeah.
I do see, like, one thing now is that I am made up on, to be honest with you, that I've seen enough of Darwin Núñez to know he's not a real striker for me.
Yeah.
Disappointed with him.
Seen
I'm
enough.
not quite there yet because I didn't watch it tonight, so I might watch the highlights of it later and decide whether I want to keep Núñez or not based upon the
He
highlights.
touched the ball. He touched the ball once, Lee.
Lee, we watched the whole game, mate. We sat there and watched it.
Yeah, Darwin. Yeah, he's not fit, bro. Darwin's not fit like he was before he got injured, and his injury was a weird one. It was out of the blue. Darwin's injured all of a sudden. Hasn't looked right since he come back. Endo, thank God, wasn't on the pitch because he hasn't been right since he's got injured. So that's why we're getting that Darwin now, the one who's sort of not even trying to get into the game at all. He starts games, he doesn't get into the game. He comes on a sub, never got into the game today. Mentality, I think that's what it's all about with certain players.
Where's that Núñez that was chasing down the goalkeeper non-stop, running at the goalkeeper? Just not seeing that anymore. You're not seeing nothing in him.
He's gone dead quiet of late, like how he to him put it kindly. You can't.
Can I answer Taz? He's asked me, Frank, did you get the pictures, mate? I haven't. I've been through the emails and I haven't got any. Unfortunately, Taz, he's still there. And someone must have been talking about Szoboszlai sleeping in bed, probably.
Disappointed with him as well. Come on, man. Get into the game. Get into the game. Get the ball. Go forward. Don't waste your energy. Conserve your energy. That's why you're getting taken off, because he puts a graft in. He will run non-stop. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes you got to use your brain and use that to run with. We're not seeing no attacking premise from him at all. We did see it against Leicester when he scored that goal, and we thought that's why everyone started calling him Gerrard. But since then, bro, he's not really ever had a shot on goal.
No. He has one tonight, He has a goal tonight in the first half. I don't know whether it was before or just after we scored, but he didn't half hit it,
Yeah.
Whack it, but it just went straight to the keeper. And I think, Richard Hutchinson, we should have tested the Atalanta keeper, Musso, and he's right.
Exactly. Yeah.
He was the second stream goalkeeper. I thought, he was a guy. To be honest, I thought their first keeper would have played tonight. I really did. But they kept Musso in, and, good enough. He bit of wasting time. He wasted time a lot. But that's That's what's to expect. TW, to be honest, Frank, I don't see him as a winger. That's Szoboszlai, by the way.
Oh, no,
Mother Town says Salah. Salah. And Wakaz Ahmed. I'm a Liverpool fan. I feel like screaming. Who do I complain to? Who do I complain to? The owners have absolutely ruined the club. If the investment was made properly in every transfer window today, we would have been better off. Would anyone agree with that?
Yeah, totally
Can
agree
I
with that.
come in there, Frank? Can I come in there? Arsenal have been out of the Champions League for what? Since Wenger left. They ain't been in the Champions League for about 5 seasons in a row, Arsenal, until just recently. And they've well outspent Liverpool not playing in the Champions League, and we're in the Champions League, winning it and that and getting to finals. And they're outspending us, Arsenal, and they haven't even played in the Champions League for years. They spent like 75 million on Pepe. That's what we spent on Van Dijk. Nicholas Pepe, he was like 75 million money, and he didn't work out, did he? Like, so,
And 80 on
Arsenal. That's like,
and 80 on Alisson. Bonker says we was passing backwards more than going forward. Spot on.
Yeah, bro.
Sideways and backwards, sideways and backwards. That's all that was going on. Sideways and backwards.
Hence,
It was that man marking, wasn't it? It was that man marking. Gasparini got it spot on with his tactics. We just couldn't play. He wouldn't let us. He both legs and not let us play.
Do you know what?
He squeezed us like a lemon.
I've come to think in recent days that none of the managers of the teams that we've just played really had Klopp off because they're not playing him. You know what I mean? He's like not there anymore. This isn't part of his legacy, this game tonight, really. It's not really Klopp. It's before he went, that one.
Well, Angel won. Angel is 96. I don't know. Anyway, he says we got bullied and couldn't create anything. Would you agree with that, JK?
100%. It's like when you get bullied in a game, you're losing. Me and Brian was on about earlier, like in the old days, Gerrard, Roy Keane, Patrick Vieira, they would just shout a few times, even Henderson. And people might make fun of Henderson, but you know what Henderson did? He shouted. No one shouted on the pitch today for us.
No.
Like, yo, sort it out, do this, do that, a bit of that. There was none of that, and that's why I said we miss Henderson type of guy who used to do that in the team. So
it was between him and Milner. Henderson and Milner.
Yep. With that fight, you're not going to win
it.
The squad.
Well, let me go on because I'll have to make a drink of parts. Richie, I want to read 2 comments and you can discuss them. Well, I'm only making a quick cup of tea. Klopp loves 4-3-3 and no plan B, says Richard Hutchinson. And Norman, he says this, and I want you to just discuss these 2 points actually. Evening goal, disappointing, but a trophy and 2 points off the top of the league. It's fatigue in my view, and when fatigue sets in, it makes good players look poor. I do wish we would pass the ball better though. I'll go to you, JK, and then you, Lee, and then you, Daryl. Just until I come back.
Yeah, with the comment before about the 4-3-3, I don't really complain about Klopp, the way he plays football, what he's ever done for the club and stuff. But sometimes I wish that he did something different. Not because it gets, I wouldn't say boring. it gets easy to mark. You know, when you got like guys on computers watching Liverpool games. When you got them next week, they will tell you this formation and they play like this. They never switch it up a little bit. Maybe play 4. Like for me today, it was there for 4-2-4 formation. Yeah, okay, we might have conceded more goals, but who cares really? I rather think we go with the 4 up top. Say Jota and Darwin in the middle, and Diaz and Salah on each side. You know, he was there to do that, and I weren't really happy seeing Jones, Sabotsalai, and McAllister in midfield. I think we could have took one of them guys out and just started Darwin. Lee?
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
Darryl?
Well, personally, like, I'm really looking forward to seeing a change in the formation next year. I'm not going to lie, because it's like we've been found out in the last few weeks, which we have at the end of the day.
It's not so much that. Everyone's unmotivated now. It's just gone off on it, and it's not even
it's
like
gone off.
It's not really Jürgen in challenge. It's just like something else, isn't it?
It has gone off, but you could clearly see tonight, McAllister looks absolutely shattered, don't he? JK, just look. I don't want to see him playing in the 6. That's where we went wrong. That's where we went wrong tonight.
We had Endo, and when Endo was playing prime Mascherano level, we looked good. You know, he was a very important part of the team. Look, he's been injured. We haven't looked right ever since then. McAllister dropping in there, wasting what he started doing. You understand what I mean? He started actually scoring goals, getting assists or whatever he was doing. He started doing it. You know, so it's all connected to us not buying a DM in January. I wasn't really bothered about FFP rules and this, that, and the other, because we sort of a good run club, you know. But a DM then was, for me, a no-brainer. Relying on a guy who's 31, who, for me, has done much, much better than we thought he would. But relying on just him and going for 4 cups that's like the biggest gamble you're going to do. And I think sometimes I wish Klopp sort of knocked the door of the owners and said, yo, if you want to win anything this season, I need another DM in January. Yeah,
because he knew at the end of the day, he knew we had Stefan Bajcetic and Thiago out for what it was. And we could have bought that DM in knowing how long them 2 are out for. But at the end of the day, you have to look at FSG. Klopp's probably been screaming to them, saying, "Listen, I need this player. I need this player," and it's just not happened. And they turned around and said to him, "No." I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Jürgen's walking out on his club now. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, they will always leave him sort of just about coping with the injuries. Actually, look how many youth players we played in the last few months. That's because we were like down to the bare bones. You know, that's how bad it was going. You know, we had fans saying start Duns. That's how bad it was for us. You know, he did well and stuff.
Fucking centre half for ages. We've needed 2 new centre backs, not just 1. Like we got Canate that time. We needed 2 then, and we still need 2 now. To go with like Van Dijk and Quanta. If I could get rid of Canate, to PSG, and would. Why stop playing France? Because he's always injured, mate. He's a good defender, but I'm just annoyed and I'm pissed off of seeing him like on the sidelines. When does he ever play more than 2 or 3 games and then he's out? It's ever since he came here, Canate, and as good as he is, it's not good enough, the fitness record. We need to jib him off. Pass him off to the only French club with them. He is top, mind you. They can see from where they are how much he's out injured, so they might not want to bloody buy him if we did want to sell him. He's got to shape up, and with his fitness records, can I say? He is like that. You can see how good he could be if he played all the time. The level he'd get to if he played consistently with Van Dijk would be brilliant. but he just plays a few games and then he's out. And you're like,
Exactly. This is what I mean.
He was better. He was better today, a bit more sharper. Like against Palace, he was so lackluster, and he kept on like worrying what to do with the ball, and he had it. And today, he was sort of progressing with it a bit more. You know what I mean? So someone said the other day as well. It takes Konate about 3-4 games to get back to his flow.
Someone done a video on that, yeah, about how it takes time to get back to it, but by the time he's got back to it, he's injured again. Someone done a video on it, like, was a good video.
Well, I don't know, he was just saying about playing alongside.
We're saying about Ibu, and I just personally think we were a lot better. We were a lot better system when we had Matip and Van Dijk. I personally feel.
Yeah, but Matip, you know, people are forgetting he only had 2 very good seasons. Where one season, I think it was the season before he got injured, where he had, you know, more or less injury free. He was out for a couple of games, and that's about it. Then he came right back in because that's why we called him Weetabix legs, because he was getting injured all the time and out for weeks. Don't you ever remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Thank you. It's a
I just think a lot of their attacks, Frank, would come in Konate's side. So like it was all coming on the Ibu side. And Ibu, he doesn't look fit for me at all. Konate.
Yeah.
He's injured. He's playing with an injury.
Well, yeah, Richard said no fight today, no creativity, and no chances. The only chance I seen was the
Salah one.
The only, Salah one. And Yusuf says, Frank, you watch Serie A. What would you say Atalanta's weaknesses are, and how could we have exploited them? Their defence, believe it or not, their defence. Their defence. I seen Bologna beat them last week. Bologna is at the bottom of the league.
They haven't been great. You know, they've lost a lot of games and stuff. I think what it was, bro, it's we're playing Liverpool. We need to step up. You know, it was one of them games where the team comes and knows they're playing against the big boys, and they took full advantage of us not being prepared for it mentally for that game at Anfield last week.
Yeah, definitely.
They were 2-0 up against Verona at home at the weekend, Atalanta, and conceded twice. So if Verona scored twice against them, why can't we get at them like that?
Yeah,
exactly. Exactly. But, you know, you've got to look at Mo with that miss. If that would have gone in, their jaws would have hit the ground.
Yep.
Their shoulders would have gone forward. I'm telling you now, that was a let-off for them. A big let-off.
Needed to
go in. And Darwin last week.
Yeah, and Darwin, yeah. You've got, look, I'm not being funny, but we defeated ourselves over the 2 legs. Yeah. Because the 2 goals given away, you have to blame Kelleher. You have to blame him when he spilt the ball right for their third. For their first, he dived over it. Went under his body, their first. That should have been easily saved. Easily saved. So those 2 goals, horrendous goals. And, you know, the lack of and the misses we had Darwin Núñez. He missed a sitter in that game at Anfield. Missed a sitter. So, you know, it's that sort of thing. It really is. And Richard says, sell Salah in the summer. And, yeah, there's a good one. Darwin's value is down. Because if I wouldn't have seen that, I was going to say, suppose like this new manager, whoever he is, no one knows who he is. Please believe that. He comes in, doesn't like Darwin. Right. How much would we get our money back for him? 80 million?
No, half that. Half.
And Sir Boslow's value is down as well, says the drunk. I wouldn't argue with that. Atalanta players were everywhere. Felt like they had about 20 men on the pitch. It was all the man marking.
Yeah, man
It was
marking.
all the man marking.
Yeah.
And well, Klopp couldn't cope with that. Didn't know how to play it.
Because our players didn't know how to turn, bro. That's our sort of forte. Our midfield players are very good at sort of switching up play. They'll get the ball in midfield and turn, and then switch it. You know, and they didn't let us do that. And they got back in shape very quick. You know, when they lost the ball, I watched it on the screen. I like the way they quickly got back into shape. But mentality-wise, bro, them guys wanted to win it more than us.
Yeah. Would you agree with this? FSG ain't stepping up in the transfer market, I fear, for the future.
They're not doing that. If they didn't do it for Klopp, they're not going to do it for the next guy. You know what I mean?
Well, JK, you know, you can carry on with the comment.
Mm-hmm.
I totally agree with you. But for the new manager, whoever he may be, we'll have to sell players, and they'll have to sell players from this present crop. So to get a lot of money in, see, I'm just saying this. Suppose we get a top-class manager in, and he wants certain players that are absolutely brilliant that we know of. Wow, if we get him, oh, great, you know. Who does he have to sell? Because FSG is not going to give the money. So that we need to bring in as much as possible for players, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So we'd have to sell 2 players, I reckon. Say like Joe Gomez. Let's just take him into the equation to sell, and Diaz. Now, what would you say Diaz's grand total is if we sold
80.
him?
8 million.
80. Do you reckon?
No. For me, that's a bit too much. I would say 60, 65, bro. He's not great. I think I think him and Salah are the 2 options to sell out of them guys. So Diaz for me would go for say 60, 65, and Gomez 40 if you were going to sell him.
That's what I was only picking them 2 as an option, to sell, right? So that's only between like 80 to 110, right? One player could cost 100 mil that we want badly. What the new manager, and that's one player. That's the end of it. You see what I mean? We couldn't. We will lose a lot of revenue on Thiago's wages if he goes, and we get rid of Matip as well, because I've been looking at pods the last couple of weeks since the Man United game, and people were saying, I hope Matip gets in before the end of the season. What for? There's Trent, a younger lad, a much younger version than Matip, a brilliant player, and he had to come off tonight to conserve some energy for the weekend, because he's trying to get up to match fitness. So could you imagine Matip coming back? He'd be knackered in the first 20 minutes, if that. I'll tell you who else they're all screaming for. Batatic. Batatic hasn't played either this season. And so you've got to look at this massive picture. You've got to look at it and say, well, they wouldn't do anything. They wouldn't improve the side. They really wouldn't. And I'm talking about now. If they came into the side, they wouldn't improve their defence. No way would they improve their defence, our defence, because they're not match fit. And Richard says, Gravenberg, Salah, Diaz value is down. Richard says, carries on, Jones is a mid-table player.
Agree.
Too much side-to-side passing, shocking and embarrassing, says Richard. He's really having a go, Richard, isn't he? He must be banging out these, these comments of his little thing there. Jones hasn't been the same player since his injury. I agree there, Brunk.
Yeah.
Norman, Klopp's style requires strength and depth. We never had that under FSG. Edwards is not a genius. People are making a note. Yeah, make a note. Totally agree with you there. Because don't forget, this fella brought in Edwards. He brought in Navy. He brought in Thiago. He brought in Karius. He brought in Oxlade-Chamberlain. Oxlade-Chamberlain was never, ever the level that we needed. Nothing against the lads, but he just wasn't the player that we needed. And he suffered terrible injuries. I was talking to some Arsenal supporter when we bought him, I think, for 30 million. He said, what did he say? You've just bought a couch. I said, what do you mean a couch? He said, because he's never off it. He's never off the couch.
Mm-hmm.
Always injured, you see. Fair enough. And Colin Dykes. Well, I've had better nights watching paint dry. Absolutely toothless performance. Embarrassing, I'm afraid. And this is what people have been saying. And Diaz is so wide and not in the game, says Richard.
Went missing again? No.
Yeah. Norman, why was Gapco trying to backflips on the halfway line? Ridiculous. Yeah.
Bless Norman.
And I'm just trying to get through these. Oh, there's Redbeard. I'm seeing him for Youngs. People were asking about him. Steve 25 was a tough ask. Team looked spent, but maybe got an eye on the league running in time to support them even more. Absolutely, Steve. Absolutely. We're just talking about this match because, as you know, Steve, we were toothless in the second half. I thought we were great in the first half. I really did, except for a few lapses in defence and a few wayward passes that could have easily caused us a lot of damage. But no. But the second half.
Which are recent signings that we've made that you wouldn't mind seeing moved on in the summer then? Who hasn't really done it for you and you think, yeah, we can move him on this summer? What does everyone else think as well? Lob it in on the comments who you reckon we could easily...
There's a lot for me.
There's quite a few just come through the door that a lot of people aren't happy about. I'm not that bad about Gravenberch and Gakpo. I'm still prepared to give them time. But that's me.
I don't think that they are, I'm not being funny, but I don't think that they can improve from what they are now. I really don't.
Maybe a new manager would, because Klopp has been running out of steam and he's been playing under that as well, don't forget. We're not what we were now, are we? So,
well, Gravenberch couldn't get a game, could he, last season? He wouldn't pick him. So there must be some reason why he wouldn't pick him. And he's just like a player that, go ahead.
I just feel now, to be honest with you, Frank, this is how I feel as a Liverpool fan right now. I'll get down to the basic. But Michael Edwards isn't coming into Liverpool in the same capacity as he was. Fans need to get their heads around that. He's not coming in as a sporting director anymore. He's not going to be in charge of the transfers. He's not going to have a say in the transfers. It's going to be Richard Hughes. And we don't know what we're going to expect, but a lot of this Liverpool fan base is expecting that Edwards is going to work miracles when he's just in charge. He's just put there to run the club. At the end of the day, it ain't going to be down to him.
But we've got the backroom staff of Bournemouth, haven't we? That's who we have.
Fuck you know.
Bournemouth. That's what you've got to look at. And but I agree with Steve there, you know what I mean? And it was a tough ask at the beginning. Richard, we didn't do anything in the last 20 minutes. We would have had to score in a 1 billion meters minutes. A billion minutes.
Is that the first time we've played there, is it? At their stadium?
No.
No.
Beat him 5-1.
Yeah, we played in the Champions League, yeah. Forgot.
Yeah.
I went and forgot, didn't I? That's the one where Jota got an hat-trick, I think, when we were away to Atalanta. Jota got a hat-trick, didn't he?
But that's the big difference, isn't it? That's the big difference from then to now. And we went through one horrendous season last season.
That was just
Don't forget our wishes, you know, not expectations, but open. Our hope was that we get in the Champions League, and that was a done us. That was at the beginning of the season. With a new midfield, and look what we've achieved. We've achieved the Champions League. We'll be in the Champions League next season. And it's only come like September when we're playing in it, or October, is it, whatever it is, November.
I think there's enough talent. I reckon there's enough talent there. It doesn't need like a lot of money, does it, to make that squad better and maybe move a few people up, move a few of the big wages on. We are, aren't we? And Thiago's.
But you have to be replaced, Lee. You know, one of the lads said before, didn't he? We haven't got the depth. But I thought this season, when I've looked at the bench, I've gone, wow, you know what, this is a great bench compared to what we had last season and the season before. And don't forget, you know, injuries have cost us, and bad refereeing, VAR, you name it.
Season for injuries. There's no denying that. Like, it's just been like one after another, after another, after another, and always like just when we were showing some sort of real form, like, and consistency, like, we get a load of injuries.
I just can't believe we gave Gakpo another 90 minutes. Again, madness.
Useless Gakpo. What was he doing the whole game?
The injuries started with Matip right back at the beginning of the season, when Matip started the season brilliantly with Van Dijk. And he got injured and he was out for the season. That's when the injury curve struck.
That's when it started. Yeah.
That one after another, after another, after another, on a never-ending loop. It's just injuries.
Everyone's been injured. Even Salah, bro, got injured. Salah never gets injured. Even that brother got injured. That's how I realised this season, injury-wise, is out of control, man. Salah, maybe that's why Salah's not looking sharp. The guy's never injured, bro. This is like a whack in his face. This is culture shock to the system. He's used to be playing every game. He's used to training all the time. He's not used to sitting down and not being able to play. And it sort of affected him, you know? I'm not making excuses for Salah. He should have put that away today, no problem. But I'm just saying, the guy's never injured. All of a sudden he's injured, and it's sort of not really been good for him.
Yeah. I mean, he was out, wasn't he, from like January. He last played for us on the first few days of January, and then he was out until the first few days of April. It was like a full 3 months. He was out with that injury.
Yeah, a long time, bro.
Yeah.
For him, it is, isn't it? Yeah, because he's never usually injured, yeah. So it just seemed that way, didn't it, like this season, that even he couldn't get away from that curse, that jinx that just dogged us all season. That's what I just said. As soon as Matip went out early in the season, it was just one after another, wasn't it? And it was always at crucial times. But we're being victims, aren't we? It's someone else's fault. Yes, it is someone else's fault. It was a curse on us this year. It was like a hex or something from somewhere in the world. We cast a hex on us, like, and that's what it is. We were cursed this year. We had an injury curse.
Well, Yusuf says, I've forgotten what it's like, what it feels like to watch you score a goal from open play. And that's right. And Klopp got nothing. He's got nothing. Must be here, and he's got nothing. Only a 4-4-3, and he hasn't.
4-3-3. Yeah, I think this was the time where Klopp could have mixed it up a little bit. It was a perfect time in last season, going for everything and think, you know what? Let me mix it up a little bit. Show the next club I'll go to what I'm all about. You know what I mean? Like, just do something different. But I did see him shout to the guys on the pitch, 4-4-2.
Yeah.
He wanted Jota and Darwin be the two guys up top. So he did shout to the guys, 4-4-2. You know, so
in the last
that
10 minutes.
surprised me, yeah. For about, I don't know what minute it was, but but he did say 4-4-2, so that was like really surprising to see that.
82nd minute, that was.
Well, Norman says, I want us to pass, dominate the ball. We are terrible at passing. Jones, McAllister, Szoboszlai giving easy possession away, and that's what was happening. That's been happening a few weeks earlier.
It's just McAllister in that midfield. Other than McAllister, you have nothing in there. It's like, as I said to you earlier, McAllister playing in the 6th role, and the other two in front of him. They was not bothered being there. McAllister's running himself into the ground every week. This is happening.
Now
he's taking full responsibility.
Maybe Sky could get a celebrity manager to come in for the last few games, because Jurgen's not there anymore, is he? There's only Pep Linders, and he was always crap. Can't wait for him to go. Pep. I never thought anything bad about him till I got online and started going on these bloody things. I'd never thought one way or the other about the man. It's just, there's that bloke from the Echo. He's the other one. He's just smiling bloke. And then, like, you come on the internet and people are going, bloody hate him, and saying loads of rude things about the man, and it's seeped into me, like it has. It's come out in me as well. A lot
of people want him as manager, Lee, as well. A lot of people want him as a manager. A lot of people want him as manager.
An Australian footy or something, is it?
Just what Redbird's saying about Dom and Curtis. For me, they shouldn't have started as well.
Yeah, that's what
they're not. They're not. Curtis Jones has had a week now. He's played 3 games. The first game against Atalanta last week, he was getting caught out every time he had the ball. No one realised that as well. Never supported him, thinking, "Oh, the guy's just getting back into the team. Let me quickly stay near him, so we can get into the game and stuff." You know, that's why I like players. You think about other players as well. That makes the top players. They realise Jones is coming back into the team. I'll stay sort of hover around him just in case he needs me. You know what I mean? He was getting pipped every time he had the ball last week. That was their tactics. Today again, bro, non-existent. Like, fans sort of go OTT with hyping up the players. You never really hear me hyping up players. If someone's playing well, I'll say, you know what, he played great, no problem. But I think Curtis Jones has always had this sort of thing around his neck about, I want to be Steven Gerrard type of midfielder for Liverpool. And he's always injured as well now, you know what I mean? He does get injured quite a lot. But him and Szoboszlai starting today. But who else could we have started? You've got to understand that as well. Endo, no way, Trent, because he's just getting back. Could have played Trent in midfield. Could have.
Trent. Yeah.
And maybe play Gomez at right back. So Even Gomez was battered last week against Atalanta. Second half, he was done. He was done. That's why we never seen him against Palace. So the players are getting done now, bro. That's what it is now. The players are sort of on that level of fitness where they're just about getting by, and they're not even getting by. They got battered. They got lost 2 home games. So I hope they rest up because it ain't going to stop. Because they got tomorrow now, Friday. Klopp will be doing the press conference for the game on Sunday. Is that fast now? So these guys haven't got time. But Kanate at least looked a little sharper today than he did in his last game. So that's the one good thing as well. And having Alisson in goal, it chills me out. Just knowing he's in goal, it's just a bit of a comfort zone for us, having him there.
Well, to be honest, that save he made, albeit it was if it would have gone in, it would have been disallowed, rules offside. But the save he made, that was phenomenal.
Yeah, it's class.
That was a phenomenal save in the first half, remember?
Just imagine if he was in goal last week, Frank.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that was it. We would have been playing there.
I don't think City scored at Anfield if Alisson's in goal.
I think we'd be through. I'm telling you now, we would have been through if Alisson was in goal last week.
Yeah. And this is where you miss highly rated players, especially goalkeepers, especially defenders. I thought Robertson had a bad game as well. He couldn't cross the ball to save his life. He kept giving the ball away as well for some reason.
I'm done with him.
I'm not just picking on him, by the way.
No, it's the truth, bro. I was waiting for Robertson because when the game started, Trent was on the right-hand side. He got a cross in and boom, danger. We got a penalty. And I thought, okay, hopefully Klopp said to Robertson and Trent, you know what, guys? I want you out wide. Get the ball in the box. Never happened again the whole game.
Yeah.
And that's what I was moaning about the other day. I said, I don't want to see Trent dropping in midfield. I want to see him outright like he used to and getting the balls in the box and causing some danger. If the ball's not in the box, there's no danger, bro. It's very important to get the ball in the box. When Harvey Elliott's come on, he's always getting the ball in the box, hence why there's always danger. It's very important crossing the ball in the box. Robertson couldn't do it all game as well today.
Well, now Abdul Rahim says we need to sell the Deadwood.
Yeah.
If you look at the Deadwood, who is the Deadwood? You could say the old bloody team is.
Well, last season, I never wanted to see Matip again, but when he come back at the beginning of this season, he was excellent. Before he got injured, him and Van Dijk were excellent at the beginning of the season, and then he got injured. It's one of them players you never know.
But Matip, bro, before Matip got injured, he saw the own goal against Tottenham, and he used to give some dodgy passes away. He used to give some dodgy passes away, like put us into pressure a few times. It happened with Matip. The only thing I like about Matip is the way he gets the ball from the back, takes on 3 people, and passes it to Salah. That's the best thing part of his game. But for me, he's
one corners for us. He rarely scored for us direct from corners. What about 3 times was it he scored from a corner? Massive. I can remember.
Yeah, see the thing is, not me, but my mates call him Tripney Bithead. I was telling my young grandson, I said, he said, what's a Tripney Bit? Oh, that's an explain what a Tripney Bit was. So these are the older fellas, these are like the old school fellas, because how many headers went over the bar when he's headed them from about 6 yards out? Loads of them. Loads of them.
Loads. I think the last one we've had, Frank, I think the last real goal scoring defender we ever had was Martin Skirtle.
Yes, Skirtle, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Skirtle was ruthless from corners when we had corners, and he was here. He was our man loads of times at the near post, just getting a glance on it, or coming in storming at the back he could as well. He was good, Skirtle, yeah. He was a good player. I liked him. I really liked him because he was a good centre half. Him.
Yeah, Skirtle's proper, man. I liked him.
Good player, mate.
But what about this comment? Right? Dean Jason, 97, he says, Klopp doesn't seem to be a world-class manager. We were just lucky to have had Enzo, Ginny, Fab and Bobby. Since they left, nothing really happened to us and we moved backwards. Does anyone agree with that lad's comment?
Well, Anderson, Wijnaldum and Firmino were already here, all three of them, weren't they, when he arrived? He didn't buy them. He bought Fabinho, whose name checked there, but the rest of them were already here, weren't they? Bought by other managers. So, I don't know. It's been disappointing at it. Hopefully we can have a performance against Fulham because we've been waiting and waiting. And it weren't an easy place to go anyway, you know, after what happened in the first game. It was worth having a bit of hope and that, but it didn't work out. Hey, we'll go again, like, that's all we could do.
But we haven't really gone downhill, Frank, because we are 2 points off top. I think if we don't win the league this season, then we've sort of gone downhill, considering where we were and stuff. But last season we were pretty poor as well. So that was the end of the train for them players there, Gini, Fabinho and Hendo. We replaced them with Szoboszlai, Endo and McAllister. And me and you, Frank, we've had enough discussions about getting another DM in before the season starts or in January. And they didn't do it. And now you see the consequences of not doing that. Endo, not fit, has taken the biggest toll on the team. Like, you can't even imagine how important he was. He was solid. We were playing good. McAllister was playing good. Our midfield was in check. Take him out, we are done there.
When did he get injured, Endo, and went off the boil? Because he was playing good, wasn't he? And then who did he get injured against? I can't remember.
Man United.
I think it was Man United, yeah.
Was
I think it was Man United.
FA Cup game, I think it was.
I think it was the FA Cup game, yeah. He hasn't been right since then, you know.
No, and he was limping against Sheffield United. I was watching him. I said, he's limping there. I said it to myself, like, you know, because
I don't think we've gone backwards. I just think we've overachieved this season, to be honest.
Yeah, no one thought we were going to be doing well. All our rival fans last season said we'd be atrocious this season, and we haven't been. We've been on it until the end. And
I'm happy top four. I'm happy with top four anyway. So.
Well, I'm not. No, I want the league title. Forget top four.
We all want the league.
Arsenal talk.
Yeah, well, how many is convinced that we can have a sharp turnaround in form in time for Fulham and beat them and get the points? It's no good going there and playing well, but they scored twice and it's 2-2. You know what I mean? We've got to get the 3 points. How convinced are you that we can turn it around from what we're seeing into a victory in London? We went there and drew, didn't we? And we were already winning from Anfield in the Carabao Cup, didn't we? Earlier in the season.
Well, when Deco says we've given up in the second half, we given up in the second half by bringing on Gomez. That's what he says. Yeah. And Dean Jason, playing nice football, yes, but clueless when teams sit back, or in this case, man to man. Good shout. We can't play through a man marking press. Exactly the same as the first leg, side to side and backwards passing. Then a long, hopeful ball, says Colin. Dykes, absolutely. And that Salah miss was horrific. This is what we've been saying. And we've got a lad named Matteo here. There was no adjustments at half time. After 70 minutes, they were still playing with the keeper. I was wondering when we were going to see new tactics. I'm afraid you never see new tactics with Jürgen, to be honest, Matteo. I'm still in shock with Salah chip miss. For this quality to not even be on target is unforgivable. And Tickle says, lose Saturday and it's a goner. it'll be horrific. And
Who's City got?
Not playing
We're not playing the
FA
FA
Cup.
Cup,
They
bro.
got FA Cup.
Oh, yeah.
Arsenal got Wolves away.
Man City got 2 games. Man City haven't got a game, and we play 2 before they play a single game.
Okie dokie.
Oh, I was going to say something, Frank. We was Ant Dicko for a long time.
Well, Robertson made Zappacotta like a prime Zambrotta. Zambrotta, brilliant.
He was that Chelsea flop, wasn't he? Zappacosta. Floppacosta.
Yeah, but Robertson made him. And that's what I said about Robertson. I thought he was dreadful, and yet everybody picks him. When they're picking the back 4, they're always picking Robertson.
And he's 35, Frank, as well.
Sorry?
What's his first name?
He's 35. That's Zappacosta's 35 as well.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's got greyer hair than me. And I'm only 32.
Oh, you're 18, Frankie boy.
Thanks. Frank, would you have Gasperini as Gasperini? I'm sorry, not Gasperini. Gasperini as our manager if he was ever linked. I'll tell you, if we were getting an Italian manager, I'll tell you who to get in now. Filippo Inzaghi, Inter's manager.
Filippo.
Fabulous. He's a great manager. But someone said he can't speak English, so I commented, not like, commented putting in. And I said, io parlo molto lingua italiano, molto bene, I'll insert it for him. I'll only want £1,000 a week.
Frank would teach him scouts. Frank would teach him scouts.
And five tickets for every home game. You're not going for that travel. You were jumping in at me there. So you're not coming to match with me anymore. Well, I've got something for you. I've got something for you, Darryl. Do you know what I've got?
No.
I'm going to get it and show you it. You're going to be made up with this. You're going to be made up. You won't sleep tonight.
I need something to help me sleep. I'm looking forward to the new system, JK. I don't know if you are.
Looking forward to the new manager.
No, I don't really want to say that because it's sort of like showing that we're a bit thingy with Klopp.
Disappeared.
Klopp's he just needs to switch it up sometimes, be a bit mischievous, you know what I mean, bro? The way he could do and he should do. I don't understand why he sort of sticks with a 4-3-3. But the new guy, when he comes in, he's not going to have the same personality as Klopp. So for me, Klopp's personality is sort of a tactic in a sort of way. But the new guy, fresh ideas, fresh way of playing. Main thing, you don't go crazy and get rid of everyone. That's it, Yeah,
definitely.
Want to see what I've got? Well, I haven't got you yet, but want to see what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, God, blimey. Right.
Sanctity boy.
With signs and everything, even with a picture of him.
Oh, brilliant. I love that.
Yeah.
Does that George come round today do it then?
It says there was a name on it, and it's crossed out. I think it was like to Jimmy, so it must have been for some fella named Jimmy, so that was crossed out. And it's got to Egghead from one true red to another. You never walk alone. His autograph on staff.
I'm made up. That's amazing. I'll thank George on Tuesday when I see him. That's quality.
Isn't that great?
That's quality. I love that.
And
thanks, George.
Picture.
Oh, I'll put that up on frame.
There you go.
That's quality.
And he brought me a picture down of Mo with his autograph. That's what he did for me anyway. I never asked him for it. He brought me it. That good of him.
That's bloody brilliant.
So Gasparini, so Youssef Inzaghi is up over Gasparini. Gasparini's old now. He's just got the better of Klopp over to Chile, and he was, I'm not being funny, but he was lucky. He was lucky. I don't know if the lads are great. We gave stupid goals away at Anfield a week ago. 2 goals, 2 of them. Well, as Lee was it Lee should have saved the second. He should have saved the second as well. So he was at fault with that. So the 3 goals he was at fault with was Carlyle, and that destroyed us.
I'd like an Italian manager because, I just like Italy. I like the Italians. That's why I like Frank when I met him. As soon as I found out he was half Italian, I was like, all right, mate. I do like Italy. I like Italian films and stuff, and I've never been, but I like it on telly. I like want to know of it and like books and stuff. Yes,
I think he's heading for a bit of spazball at your house, Frank.
Going out heading and attacked us and that, like the bloody Roma fans getting out of their stadium in '84, and then the bloody Juve fans. Apart from them, wines. I like Italy and the Italians.
Edward says, would you agree with this, boys? I'm sick of fans giving these players excuses when they play poor. Totally agree. They are paid millions. The least they could do is put some effort in. At times, some seem they don't care. Now, we were saying that, weren't we? Was it on last week's pod or I don't know? But
that's more the general thing about modern footballers or ours specifically.
No, just ours. No, he's going on about Liverpool players. I can't be fucking bothered about other players, other teams. I'm talking about Liverpool. I'm not interested. I was on the 12th man's thing today. Before I came on here, I was having me pasta, me spaghetti, and this fella kept going on and got talking about the Liga game. Commenting. Yeah. I just left it there. I don't know for this. What do I want to be knowing about Lille and Aston Villa? I don't. Yeah. This is about Liverpool. We're playing in an hour or so, and these people are talking about
Lille. I think that's a good comment there from Redbird9 because I wanted to mention a player, to be honest with you, but I don't want you guys to get on my back over it. I just think at the moment, I think Virgil's putting some half-assed efforts in at the moment. Does anyone agree?
Yeah, it's a mixture of everything. It's just deflated. The whole thing's just deflated, and it's all you can say. We don't really have to explain it, do we? We can see what's happened with it. We seen it games ago that it just went, and we couldn't pick ourselves back up.
No, you're so right, Lee, and you're so right, Darryl. Because look, we're not looking for scapegoats or anything. And players need to be criticised if they don't put a shift in. There's a lad who's just come back from injury. He had a few minutes, didn't he, last week on Sunday, and he was rusty, because some of his passes went astray, as you know, on Sunday. And tonight, when he kicked off, the passes he was making in the first half when he had all the energy and everything was absolutely sublime. And that's what we missed. That's what we've been missing since he's been injured. Trent talking about, by the way.
Yeah, definitely.
Whether you agree, I don't know.
I agree completely. The first half, the balls he was making, 60-yard passes for first half, phenomenal. And I'm not surprised second half he slapped off because he's been out for a long time. First half, absolutely magnificent. That's why I wouldn't have gave him a 5. I'd have given him a lot more than that.
Well, would you agree with the go here? Just lay me out on these. We needed 2 quality DMs. That's what he said. And FSG should have bought another DM in January because under the DM role, under Klopp, we need 2 quality defensive mids.
Simple as. It's like, come on.
You said that.
I've been saying it since day one, bro. For years, I've been saying that. It's like if you don't have to, if you know football and you own a club like Liverpool, you should realise if you're John Henry, if you're into football or want to know which direction your club's going at, you should know you need 2 bloody DMs. You know what I mean? You like, come on, with the amount of games we get, and considering Endo is a Japanese international, he's not going to be staying at home, so he's going to be playing a lot of games. We need another guy in there. And what did we do? We didn't do nothing. And now you're seeing the downfall of that option, not making that decision right there. You know, this is what football's all about. DMs are priceless. Like, for me, probably one of the most important parts of the first 11. That DM. You know, look how good McAllister and Virgil and Kanate play. When Endo was on top of his game, he had like 4 or 5 games playing top class. And that's what, like, Klopp, that's what I'm a bit disappointed with Klopp. Why didn't he just keep on rattling on to the owners? I need a DM if we want to win the league this season. We need another guy in there. Not a guy from Stuttgart who's like 30, who's done absolutely top. But we needed him in the last 3 games and he wasn't there. Why? Injured. We never had no one else to take over. So that's for me.
I'm looking at the players now and thinking like, oh, that's bad from him because it just looks like.
When we were having that private
chat about what you're saying now, there's nothing to think about, like, is there?
Well, when we were having that private chat, JK, you said, didn't you, about if Endo is injured, it means that we're missing a lot in midfield. Not only from a DM's point of view, but moving McAllister back into the DM. And then we're losing the forward play. And that's what you said. And as Vigo said, you know, he's cottoned onto that. He's cottoned onto that himself. And we needed 2 DMs. I wanted Andre from Fluminense in the summer, last summer. And they said no. The club was actually told get him in the January when he's cheaper. And I just said, oh, F off. Get him now. Never mind cheapskates, you say. I'll tell you what, I'll buy a loaf that's a couple of days old and it's got a reduced price instead of a fresh one that'll last me longer. Do you see what I mean? And that's what it's about at our club. That's what it's all about.
I just think, Frank,
the owners have got Edwards in. Don't worry about it. They're good for us. You know?
This is what I'm saying, Jake. This is what I'm saying, JK. It's like when Jurgen he basically took full control of the club. It's like FFG have gone back and said to him, look, they clearly never liked it, and they've given him nothing. That's why they've done it. They gave him nothing for spite. That's how I feel about it. To spite him.
They've never supported him, bro. They've never done it. Champions League season, boom. They gave him 4 guys. You know, Adriana's a goalkeeper, and that other youth lad from Holland, centre back.
FSG just lucky because they hired Jurgen Klopp, or they hired somebody to hire Jurgen Klopp, and they made a load of money, and they have made a load of money out of us, and they've hardly put any money in. The crap owners. Crap. Yeah.
Okay, well, the Redbird says City players don't look burnt out. Why should our players be? No more excuses. We just ain't good enough. Well, at least tonight we weren't. And neither was Man City last night, Redbird. I think they got beat. I think they went out.
I haven't been following anything else, but I heard them and Arsenal both went out, so I looked at City and like Real Madrid scored first, didn't they? Something, and then like I didn't even watch it to see City equalise. I just seen that and buzzed off it and jigged it off and went about my business. Like it was the Emperor.
Well, okay. Like,
I'll be seeing.
Put him up front, bro. We need a DM. Can he play DM? We need him for Sunday, bro.
Either we win the league or I'll kill you all. Get it?
The bottom line is that there was no significant improvement tonight, and some players were feeling the weight of the game. Virgil was terrible, and Szoboszlai was imprecise and looked tired.
Bang on. Virgil looking sluggish. Szoboszlai never played football before. Like, come on, man. It was bad. You know, even though we didn't let them score, we kept a clean sheet. But all in all, that was pretty bad. Dire. You know?
Yeah. You answer this one, JK. How have Arsenal outspent us? In the whole time Klopp's been here, since Klopp walked in the door here the first day, Arsenal have well outspent us. And Arsenal have not took part in the Champions League for like 5 years going back. They were in the Europa League every year, while we were in the Champions League every year, and they still outspent FSG. Our owners. What's he called, the Arsenal one? Bruce, I don't know, what is it, Bruce Banner or something? What is it, Bruce Jenner? Or Bruce Banner or something? Who's he? Bruce Power. Oh no, he was in false.
But I know what you mean, bro. You know what it was, bro? I don't know what Arteta has, but he's got $500 million out of them guys, Kroenke and that. They never really ever spent big. And all of a sudden Arteta pops up and he gets the big bucks, you know? All in all, I'll tell you the truth, I think this season I'm a bit more impressed with Arteta in the way he's got Arsenal playing. They're being pretty good, you know? It's the best I've seen them, but it's cost $500 million.
You can tell me about him, Jay. I don't know nothing about him. Who is this Stan Kroenke, the Arsenal money man fella?
He's the owner. He's the owner. He's a bit like FSG in that way of not keeping it tight, not really. But Arsenal have always bought good names, bro.
What was his background? That like he was a billionaire off before he come into footy.
Listen, I'm not being funny. I'm not interested in Arsenal.
Yeah, stuff Arsenal.
All right, fair enough.
And you're going on about them. Well, who wants to know? I don't want to know about this Kroenke fella. It really annoys me. It's about LFC, this, you know, Liverpool. We played
Man United getting a new roof, though, Frank.
And I'm not interested in them either. Right, I just want to say these three. Comments, and you can chat away about them, please. So let me say let me say these three comments, okay? You can say what you want then. And do you know what? It's all about Liverpool. Strangely, it's not about Arsenal or Chelsea. Or
Man United's roof, bro. It's about Man United's roof.
It's not about any of them. It's about Liverpool, I'm sure of it. And Tico says 3 away games coming up. Played twice before City. Next play. Play twice before City. Play next. Huge, he says. And Richard Hutchinson. We should have purchased some players in January. That's what he says. And McAllister taking the ball off Ali because he's so deep is just a waste of talent. Sick of square pegs and round holes, says Colin Sykes. Go ahead now, sir, because it's all about Liverpool.
We could have kept on. We kept wasting time by not Canate or Virgil doing that job. You know, we didn't need a midfielder to drop so deep. I think we sort of let Atlanta come up the pitch a bit more, higher up the pitch. You know, I think them tactics were wrong. McAllister's wasted in that 6th position. We don't have anyone else to do that, but they should have switched that round all game. Whoever's nearest the defence drops as a DM. So, Szoboszlai, Jones, or McAllister, take your pick. Because we wasted not having McAllister up top. There's no one directing the game, and that's what McAllister does, you know.
It was
Yeah.
City got after their next really playing. Bloody, you've just said it was City playing next. It was
Chelsea
City.
FA
They got
Cup.
Wolves.
And who's
Wolves,
after
innit?
that? Who'd they got after that? Chelsea.
They got Wolves. Wolves.
Yeah, I know that. Like, but what's the next one after that?
Not
You
clear.
know?
But what about the doesn't matter, does it? What about Max taking the ball off Wally? Taking the ball off Wally. Listen, we're playing 3 away games, simple as that. 3. And it's a matter of we're playing. Right. Not interested when City play. But as the lad said, and Dicko, where by the time they play, it's huge for us. It's huge. And if we draw, it's got to be maximum points right through. Right.
Yeah.
So what about Matt taking the ball off Ali because he's so deep, it's just a waste of talent. Sick of square pegs and round holes. What was you saying?
I don't want to see him in the 6 again this season. That's full stop. The last 6 games we have, I do not want to see McAllister play in the 6. You clearly can see how class all round he is in that 8 and 10, and the way he scores goals like he did last season. Scored 11 goals for Brighton last year. I want to see that sort of McAllister playing again this year. I'd rather see Endo come back in the DM, or even have Curtis Jones in the DM role, or as long as McAllister gets forward. That's for me.
Pre-contract Salah would have put that chance away in the first half. He needs to go in the summer. He has lost what it takes to play in the red shirt. Powerful, that.
No, that's for me. Salah's been injured for the first time since he's ever been with us. It's just knocked him off his on the bike he was on. You know, if you're getting regular injured, you know the score. You know how you do when you come back and stuff. So I didn't know this. So for him, it was a culture shock, and I think he scored today. He scored a penalty today. He scored the winner against
Brighton.
Brighton.
Long-term injury since he's been with us, like, innit?
There you go, bro. So there you go. I can't really say anything about Salah. He scored the pen, got the winner against Brighton, got the equaliser against United. So we didn't expect him to score every game. Every game.
I'll tell you what, I'm glad you said that, JK, because before before he actually kicked the penalty, before he actually kicked the ball, there was a lot of gamesmanship by the Atalanta players surrounding the ref and, chatting to him so that the penalty would be taken longer, if you know what I mean, take a long time. But he just kept his cool, he kept his concentration, didn't he? Kept his concentration and just put the goalkeeper the wrong way. I'm expecting somebody to come out like, remember that one, I forget who it was against, when the goalkeeper went the wrong way and someone turned around and said, we would have saved that if we would have gone the right way. I forget who it was. It's one of our league games. But, someone will come out and say that.
Yeah.
And Richard Hutchinson, he comes out and says, FSG are tight. He wants them out. And Deon Dicko says, it's like when Noel coming up to the last day at the office seems off. Yeah, no, you're right there. Redbird, what's gone wrong with Tom? He seems to have lost the ability to pass to a teammate. I totally agree with you. Agree with you. Is Ruben Amorim good enough as LFSC manager? And I'll go to you, Darryl.
Well, as we always say, we and you have said the last few times on the phone, Portuguese league's a lot different to the Premier League. It's the 7th rated best league in the world. So what are we going to expect from Ruben Amorim? I have not got a clue. Is he going to be given the funds? Probably not. Is he going to work with a budget? Most probably. So,
Okay. Well, he's renowned for that, isn't he? Working with a very tight budget. Ray, what do you think about what Richard Hutchinson says? Is Ruben Amorim good enough as LFC manager?
Well, if we do hire him, we'll soon enough find out, won't we?
So you haven't got an opinion. You know, he's asking, is Ruben Amorim good enough? What would you say?
I couldn't tell you, Richard. He looks it, sounds it. It could be a fit, like, let's see. Let's hope so and see.
Okay. Well, that's a cop-out, really, to be honest.
Okay, yeah, I'll say yeah. He's good enough. I like what I've seen of him. And I like his name and that, and his face, and him talking on clips going, yes, this and that.
Okay, great. That's a fantastic answer. JK, what about you? Is he good enough?
Yeah, I would say like this: if he wins the league this season, then he'll be okay for us. I'll give him a go. Who else is there? We talked about this. Like, who is there to do it? Where's the centre backs? Where's the big time strikers in the world? There's no one about, bro. And the managers is really bad. Where Alonso was talked about like he was prime Bob Paisley or something. You know, the guy's just got into the game. He's won the league this season. Well done. But I think the hype on certain managers, a bit too much pressure on the guys. You know, let them let them do something first.
Yeah, agree with you there, because my opinion is, does anybody heard of him? I've never heard of him myself. Never heard of him. And this is going to be a much bigger club than what he's used to. And he comes here, and then he's going to take charge. And if he's good enough, fine. But I don't think he's going to set the world on fire next season.
Yeah, you knew when Klopp came in. When Klopp came in, you had this sort of safety. Like, you just knew this guy's going to do something special here. You just knew it. It's just like hard to explain what I mean. There's no other manager that gives me that feeling, bro, in the game. There isn't. But I know when he comes in, he's going to stay for a long time and keep us like up there, Klopp knew straight away, as soon as his own first press conference, you just know this guy is made for Liverpool. The odd comments he was making and stuff like that.
He was funny at first, because he was he was fresh in and he hadn't had his head done in yet by the stingy owners not buying him any big name players just off the bat. We always have to sell to buy because they're so tight-assed. But they're better than guys sometimes. It's like, who couldn't be? Better than Hicks and Gillette.
Here's a couple of comments to tie you up. TW, spot on, JK, needs a 2 DMs all day long. FSG are clueless. They are at fault and they want to own another club. They haven't got enough money to run Liverpool. Think about what that said, what TW said. They haven't got enough money to run our club. So they say, yet they want to buy ice hockey things, brand new yachts, and another football club to lose. It's just absolutely.
That's just for me, Liverpool are unique. We don't want no one else next to us. I don't care who you are. We just don't want that. What is this multi-club? The new way of football owners. That's their new thing now. Having multi-club. We don't want that. Liverpool don't need that. If you want to get young guys from South America to come over and play for that team and then move on to Liverpool, well, buy them, loan them out to other clubs, and then bring them back. We just don't want another club connected to Liverpool at all.
Well, Richard Hutchinson says, is our owner FSG good enough?
Does he look for what? What's down at all?
At the end of the day, Frank, they've valued our club at £4 billion. Yeah. So they've already chucked £1 billion of that on golf, so they know they've got the money for the sale of the club if it comes anyway.
Yeah, they're always filtering our money and sneaking off and doing something like rubbish in America with it that no one cares about because no one's interested in what happens in America really that much.
Exactly. To say, and I forgot about the golf. You know, all these golfers that he's just bought up.
No, but look, at the end of the day, fair play to the guy. He's a clever guy. He gets money made, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, that wouldn't have happened if Klopp weren't there. If we were 6th, 7th or every season, they're not getting none of that money, bro. And what did they do at the end? What did they do at the end? They don't even give... Bro, let me finish, bro. They don't even give Klopp a DM, bro. They don't even give Klopp a DM in January. That's how crazy it is. Klopp's made like loads of money for them guys. But when I see that tightness the other way, and Klopp's there hung out to dry, Klopp can't say, you know what, I asked them guys to get me a DM in January. They told me to do one because you're leaving anyway. We don't need him. He ain't going to tell us that.
No.
And that's what I don't understand about that Klopp, though, where Klopp, he shouldn't, I know, like, he don't embarrass the club in any way. But sometimes you got to protect yourself. And, like, I think he's been hung out to dry there in the way he's sort of being just, like, taken out, you know.
Of course. But anyway, you know, I've got 3 comments here. You can chat about them as well. Well, these. And one, let's keep it real. If these injury-prone players like Ibu manage to stay fit and play more under the next season, what would you say the problem is regarding all these injuries? We've been saying it all season. It's the training. It's the training, the stamina. And they use a lot of energy during training. I know that, you know, you can watch them on YouTube, you know, a day training where they're kicking a little ball and doing little exercises, but you don't see them actually training. They're little warm-up things to get the muscles going. Then they go out and really train. So, you know, it's the training, obviously. Richard Hutchison, just let me read out these. Do you guys like Michael Edwards back at the club? And then Keep It Real carries on by saying, because I see every Tom, Dick or Harry getting blamed, but nobody mentions Klopp. Well, Keep It Real, we have mentioned Klopp. We've mentioned Klopp loads of times on this pod by saying, you know, look, he's made terrible choices as subs. He's made terrible choices at team selection as well. And, you know, so we have mentioned this numerous of times.
I've really been under Klopp, but I can't see a turnaround in time for Fulham. And I can't see us coming back from Fulham with 3 points, the way we're playing.
So we have, you know, we do criticise everything. But, you know, we're Reds. We have a right to criticise.
Do that, like, we could just turn up and batter them because we've battered them loads and we'll batter them again, maybe. We'll see.
Exactly.
Oh, that's a sign. That's a sign. Right there. Ding! It's going to happen, bro.
I know. Getting sold off by Naby Keita. I played more games than Thiago, you know, Frank. That's what he'd say to me, Naby. Matiba's made of prawn crackers, absolutely. But I think Weetabix, I'd say, because prawn crackers are a little bit stronger. I have Weetabix with a banana for my breakfast. And the red bear to Ibu. He had to cover for Trent when he went forward. Same thing with Mac. We need a defender to defend first and foremost. Good shout, Redbird. Good shout. And Norman says, Klopp is far from blameless. But I say, he needs depth to play his style. And yes, he only has one style. FSG bought him Sepp van der Berg when we won the European
Yeah.
Cup.
Exactly.
Don't forget Adrian, we got Vandenberg and Adrian at the same time. So it was a big investment, wasn't it, after we clinched number 6.
That was the window we were waiting for. Like we thought, okay,
I'm with £500,000 expenditure.
Well, okay, Richard Hutchinson says, where do you think everything gone wrong or went wrong? No EPL, no UEL, and no FA Cup. Who will you blame for everything? Richard, we're not going to blame anybody, mate. Richard, if you listen to what we've been saying or what I've said, everything that we're playing for now, the league, we've already qualified for the Champions League. Okay. I said at the beginning of the season, if you would have listened to me, I said, I just hope with this new midfield that we get into the top 4. If we just scrape into the top 4. And I said all right through the season as well, and on other podcasts, I only go on a couple, and on other podcasts, from September, forget August, from September, I said, we're still gelling. In January, I said, we're still gelling and look where we are. I'll say it today. We're still gelling and look where we are. Because can I finish? Please.
Yeah,
Let me finish. I'm on a roll.
Sorry.
I'm on a roll. So the thing is, everything that we played for tonight is a bonus. Where we are, quarterfinals. When we played Manchester United, how far we got, it was a bonus. If you know what I mean. Where we are in the league is a bonus. Everything is a bonus. And the league's not out of our grasp yet.
It isn't. But for me,
so, we're not going to blame anyone or anything, Richard. Okay. Will anyone come in on that? What Richard said here, by the way.
Everything's connected.
Who would you blame? No EPL, no UUA, and all this.
It's a departure, isn't it? It's done us now. At first he carried on, but then it hit them and it was that's what's happened if we can't come back from it. Yeah. A short few words there. Yeah, it just went and we went and that's how it was.
I'm going to blame fatigue and injuries. I'm going to blame injuries and fatigue.
As well,
them two things.
A build-up of things, isn't it? It's a build-up of things with Klopp, even not having the money mainly to fight City, United, Chelsea, even bloody Arsenal. The VAR decisions. I'll say it another time, tight-arsed owners that I don't like, and neither does Frank. And we like laughing about it and saying it because they're tight-arsed.
Well, okay, Redbird says, I'm going to go through a few here. A few, okay. Just let me do it, then you can chat. Redbird says, we should cash in for Mo this summer. Sorry, Frank, but it would boost the funds.
Yeah.
I agree. It would boost the funds. By Kane, say Steve 25. Diaz, 60 million. That's what he thinks you'll get. Richard Hutchinson, Mohamed Salah, 70 mil to 80. That's what he says.
That's weird.
Steve, you'll never walk alone, says, hey, Frank, Klopp and Lindsay's to blame again for the horrible performance. So there's one there. Redbird. Or was it Redbird or was it Richard Hutchinson? Klopp never gets the blame. I've been listen, I go back to Shankly and Paisley. I criticised them as a young lad. I criticised them. Two of the greatest managers in British football. No one, not even Klopp could lace the boots of Bob Paisley. That's, and I criticised Bob Paisley. I criticised him. So everybody has a right to criticise every Liverpool fan has a right to criticise. If their opinion is they're not pulling the weight, whether it's the manager, whether it's the backroom staff, whether it's the players.
I just felt a wave of positivity come over me then when I read Klopp's name. I just think that there is an outside chance he can talk them round for Fulham and have them ready and say, come on, let's not get beat again. Let's get back into it, like, and put a couple of goals in before they even speak to us, you know what I mean? And let's roll them over. Come on, let's do it. We can still do it. It's looking less and less likely with each bad performance, but we can still do it.
Okay, all right. I think that's a good point there, actually. But just let me, like Richard Hutchinson says, free Thiago, Adrian, and Matip. Just get rid of them. Yes, totally agree. Norman, why do the press not ask Klopp why we always get so many injuries? He wouldn't say it. He wouldn't tell you why. He doesn't tell you how they're coming along. Never mind telling us why, there's so many injuries. If you know what I mean. And Redbird says, listen, Stay, put some blame on the players. They don't deserve to get off scot-free. They were shot. Absolutely. There's no problem in that, because as I said, everybody gets, and it's everyone's opinion. It's everybody's opinion. We're all disappointed that we came out of the Europa, and especially the Irish fans. The Irish fans are brilliant, and they do come over and go the game, loads of them, and they were all made up, the Dublin lads. God, blimey, we'll be in that cup, and it's a shame that we didn't, we could have met Bayer Leverkusen and Xabi. And
it was going to come through, didn't we? Me included, that we would be in Dublin, but we're not. We've been sent home from Bergamo. We're not going anywhere else this season. That's us done, unless it's in this country.
Yeah. So, Klopp made Edwards says, Norman, look good. However, Klopp is no genius either. A great manager, a great man manager, but not tactically. He's tactically average. That's what he says. I just think Klopp was, you've got to look at Klopp and what he's done for Liverpool. He brought us back to the pinnacle. You've got to admit that. No matter what, you've got to admit that. He got lucky on a couple of occasions, but nevertheless, look what he's won us.
I think we need to take this. I think we need to take this. I think we need to understand now that Klopp's taken us as far as he can take us.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Don't say that. He's staying. We all know he's staying. He's not going. He's staying. This whole thing is just a joke. He's just making it up.
Klopp Linders a game played 433. And all right, try reading that a bit. I haven't been asleep, Anyway, Klopp Linders a game played 4-3-3 and only had 4 shots in the second half. Think about that, boys. Klopp Linders out of ideas and players burnt out. Would anyone agree with that?
Totally agree.
Would you, JK?
Yeah, because I am really disappointed in the way Sunday's game and today's game, where we didn't sort of do something different. Klopp was shouting 4-4-2. So at the end of the day, the players got to do what they got to do. Like for me, if I'm losing a game with 10 minutes left against Crystal Palace at home, I'm not really going to listen to what the managers really told me. I'm going to go and win that game for the fans, like myself,
Yeah.
And sometimes you need that. Someone just to say, you know what, I'm going to do it. And since Gerrard is gone, and say Henderson has gone, We ain't got no one like that. It's a pity because I feel sometimes today, one of the guys in midfield sort of geeing each other up or hugging them and say, "Come on, let's do this," you know, like the way Souness used to do it. You know what I'm saying? That vigor, and that's what we're missing in footballers nowadays. I don't know where their passion is, bro. The passion to win sometimes. Okay, fatigue plays a big part of it, and the way Klopp trains, the way Klopp plays his games. Then midfielders need to have big lungs and and their hamstrings need to be cool, you know. So.
Well, okay, here's Herbert Long's brother. And he says, I love that name. He says, who do you play instead of Gakpo? Nunes is poor, Jota not fit, Salah too slow. Get off Gakpo. Get off Gakpo's back. Easy target. Does anyone agree with that? Or would anyone just say, well, you know, he's not fucking good enough? It's as simple as that.
Fifth. He's the fifth choice attacker, bro. Like from the top, he isn't going to be chosen first before any of them. Really, he's the fifth choice. He's done okay. He's played the last 3 games. I think sometimes he wastes his energy. Today he could have played a few touches. He'd played the touch, but it was too much weight on the ball when he gave it to the guy, so he couldn't finish it. So. The patience is sort of a lot of fans' patience are running out with the attackers because they're not really clicking at the moment. But Gakpo, another guy who had the opportunity, bro, when everyone was injured, to just go up there and show the world who he was. He never really did it in that time.
No.
No Jota, no Salah, Jota, Salah. Who was the other guy? Darwin. All injured. It was Diaz and Gakpo up top for loads of games. And them 2 guys, they could have just like... Actually, we won the games with them in there, don't get me wrong, but Gakpo had the chance to do something special there. Even tonight, he was starting, bro. You know? Not really in the game, not really going in areas where we need him to run with the ball. You know, so...
Okay. Well, Booger Boy says, guys, we need to sell Nunes, Salah. I'm looking forward to summer. Hopefully, Ruben will come in. And Steve, you never walk alone, says, Klopp linders again, play 4-3-3 against Atalanta. And the system, 3-4-1-2 system, and learns absolutely nothing from the first leg. Groundhog Day. And no one's mentioned it until Steve's just mentioned it. Klopp Lindsay's play a weak team in the first leg, got their arses spanked, then put a strong team out second leg, 3-0 down, makes no footy sense. I said when I seen that team last week, even before the day of the game on our pod, I said he's got to play a strong team. I said, I hope he doesn't make too many changes. And he did. But terrible mistakes by Kelleher. Terrible. You know, so you can't blame...
It was them 2 bad performances at Old Trafford that killed us. After that happened, our heads went and we haven't recovered. And don't look like we're going to now and beat City to the league. We still can, but it's going to take a tremendous turnaround in fortunes and like mental attitude, isn't it? Like fortitude, attitude, whatever, to turn this round. What does everyone think? Can he turn this round for Fulham, or is it dead this season?
Still a chance. We never say never. Lee, got to just keep hoping, I suppose.
Okay. Okay. Well, Booger Boy says big reset in the summer. We need change.
2 centre we need to buy a defensive midfielder and a replacement for Salah on the right wing with a left foot.
Well, Steve 25 says, see what tomorrow brings. Lots of good players with some that need to go. Time to spend big on a striker as goals win games. But look,
First big spend I want to see is at centre half on 2 new centre halves, not 1, 2 to go with Berg and Quanta.
How many times have we been saying? And I mean, would you agree with what I'm going to say, JK? That every season we keep saying what we need.
Yeah.
What we need.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago, I was saying we needed 2 midfielders. Like I said that. And now, at the beginning of the season, we needed a DM and a left-sided centre-back. We were saying that, weren't we? That's what we needed.
Mm-hmm.
Did we get any? We got Enzo.
We got Enzo, bro.
31-year-old. A 31-year-old. He's done all right, and but people go over the top about him.
I think, Frank, at the end of the day, Klopp's been at Liverpool for 9 years, and every one of them 9 years, Klopp's always been said and promised he's going to have 200, 300 million war chest, and it's never happened. Never.
Oh, yeah. There are really 2 words that I hate less than war chest in the British football press when you read it in the paper. Jose Mourinho's quote-unquote war chest, and you're like, oh, stop.
It's not Edwards. It's not Edwards getting it right, guys. It's Hughes. We need to understand that. Everyone's putting Hughes in the comment. Everyone's putting Edwards in the comments. It's Hughes, guys.
If the term war chest, then what's a really small version of a war chest? Because that's what Klopp's had. He's had a snuff box for putting his snuff in and snorting.
But how many times, seriously, how many times have you heard in the papers, on social media, and everything, a big war chest Liverpool again? How many times have you heard that?
Every year.
Because when it was associated with us in the past, and I've always been like a giddy kid. I always get overexcited with any news where it says transfers, money for transfers. I go off my head. It's like, it's probably the biggest drug for me in life. It's like any money for Liverpool to have transfers, and I'm obsessed then with knowing what's going on, like a kid.
I always thought coming on here was the biggest drug for you. And on the film and TV there review.
I've always got overexcited about us potentially having loads of money to spend, but it's never quite happened. I've been supporting us a very long time now.
Okay, can I just say these here, please? Look at that. Like the button says Douglas James. Thank you, Douglas. No one says it, and I don't like asking people, if people like the content and the panel and what they're saying, even if they disagree, just press the like. And if you haven't subscribed, when I finish, I'm pleading here. I'm begging. My knees are killing me with being, kneeling here, begging. I've got a little bowl here, and if you like the content, just say yeah and just like it. Even if you don't like it, just press the like. Get the algorithm out there. And the Boogie Boy, let me just read these, right? Because there's something. I hope Edwards gets it right. And as you said, it's Hughes. It's not the other fella, Edwards. I wanted Alonso, says Norman, as next boss. It looks like being Amarin, but I have always rated Emery since Seville days. In my view, players at Villa are top 10 in the league without him as boss. Only opinion. Spot on there. And he carries on. Emery is making Villa better than what the players he has are. He is tactically very good. And Steve, can I finish? And Steve says Emery should be Klopp replacement. So he agrees with what Norman's saying, if you know what I mean. Would anyone go along with that?
Nope. I wouldn't have Emery as a replacement. I don't like the way he sits back. Don't like that style of play. No, not for me.
Frank is suffering from lack of algorithms. Come on, Red, self him out by hitting the light. Thank you. That's it. And Frank, sorry to hear about your algorithms. Try tramadol. It's a wonder you never said try Viagra. And Herbert Lambs, fancy ripping into Klopp. Unbelievable, some fans. The man has given everything for this club. Absolutely. That's what we said. We know that. That's what I said before. 10 minutes ago. I said, look what he's won us. He put us back on the pinnacle. No one's, you know, but no one's bigger than the club, you know, but Mum's brother. You should know that. You must be like a psychiatrist or, you know, like your brother.
Right, which come to an end with you.
But, you know, people saying that they've got no game plan. That is he, Mikhail. Garbage that tonight. Slow, aimless passing and forwards offering. Sick of these missed chances. Now, game after game. It's a joke. And Boogie Boy says, Ruben Amorim from reports, yeah. And Steve, with that top quality squad from 2018 to 22 at LFC, should have won more than just 2 major trophies. That's what Steve says. But we should have invested, say that. That's what we're saying, mate. We should have really invested in that. And, you know, the Boogie Boy says, look, Klopp shouldn't have said he was leaving halfway through the season. I think that has an impact. He should have said at the end of the season, my point of view. Yeah, okay. I want you to comment on that, Darryl.
No, he shouldn't have said it. But reports were leaking that he was going to leave. So at the end of the day, he had to come out with it and say it was true. In my opinion, it was going to be leaked. It was coming. So he didn't really have a choice, in my point of view.
Okay. What do you say, Jay? I'm not asking you. You're eating biscuits. You'd be crunching them.
Remember them when I was in infant school? You could buy them for 2p when it was like 4 or 5 in infant school.
Are they the malt biscuits? Are they the malt ones? Yeah,
yeah.
I love them.
Yeah,
And do you know what else I like? Rich tea. You know, they're nice to dip in your tea.
Oh, they're disgusting.
Oh, rich tea, a big time.
Shortbread's the best. Come on, boys.
Yeah, I know that, but they're too expensive. Yeah, who do you think I am, FSG?
Yeah, you are, Frank.
Rich tea is one dip. You dip it in your tea once, and you better eat it quick time.
Yeah, well, that's what I like about them. You say, especially
Yeah.
when you're hungry, especially when you feel like something. You know, you just
better for your teeth. Better for your teeth, more like Frank.
I always like stale ginger nuts when they go soft. You know, they're meant to be hard and like quite crappy, and then when they go stale and soft, I used to love them when I was a kid. Or like a young man. Yeah.
Biscuits review. Biscuits pod.
Yeah.
Crumbs.
Do you know what though? You know, when you're sitting down and you're having a biscuit, you know, it's true, isn't it? No matter what, you're having a biscuit or a couple, you know, because I have a little plate and I throw some on. Sometimes you just bring the packet there, you know, just watching the telly or whatever. And, you know, you're eating it and the crumbs go here, don't they? And when you get up, I've just got a wooden floor. When you get up, all the crumbs are on the floor. I'm going to get myself one of them bibs, you know, with the little cup at the end, you know, what little babies have, you know, to catch the milk all.
And I bet you're on your hands and knees. I bet you're on your hands and knees licking the crumbs off the floor.
No, just hoover it up and just open the bottom of the hoover and eat them from there. There's everything in that. Drunk Vigo, Lee loves gelato. Ice cream, that's an ice cream. Can I tell you the funny story about my Uncle Tony? Goes over with his kids and his wife. And he goes over and the kids come back crying because they go to a vendor, ice cream vendor. And these are 3 little Scouse kids. And they go, "Can we have it?" You know. And the poor vendor couldn't understand them, the ice cream vendor. And anyway, the kids came back crying. They said, "We can't get any ice cream off it." So anyway, that's Tony, you know. I'll get it. This is how you do it. And this is honest. It's true. So Jones stands in there as well. He says, "Okay." So he goes over, and here's what he says to the ice cream vendor. "A 3 ice creams." And the fella just got them, give him 3 ice creams. He said, "Yeah, I told you I can speak Italian." That's true. 3 ice creams. Oh, well, that went down like it. And Lee loves the Amalfi Coast. No, I love the Amalfi Coast. The greatest place on earth, the greatest place on earth. And I hope to be going there this year. Well, no, not a hope, I'll be going.
What bit's that down? Because I've never heard of it. Or I might have, but I forgot. What area is it in?
Well, there's the Godfather, look. Stefano, Michael Corleone, Capo di tutti capi. He says, "Good times ahead, guys. 3 away games in 6 days." You couldn't believe it, could you? 3 away games in 6 days. Leave this as Liverpool FC show. Yeah, hang on. Leave this. Hang on. Am I getting that right? Lee, this is a Liverpool FC show. We ain't interested in any other team. Get with the program, mate.
Who was going to mention Man U?
Our season could be over by 2:30 next Saturday, says Dino.
Oh. Damn, man.
By 2:30 next Saturday. Think about that. Are we playing Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday.
Sunday.
Saturday. Oh, I know. What day?
Sunday.
Oh, we're playing Sunday. Oh,
Arsenal
man,
playing
you know, yeah, that's right. And as he said there, if Klopp was happy with this result, then sure, we wait for the win in the Prem next. Says Ashish, Ashish, me. Yeah, he says that. Brighton away, and City get Brighton, Forest away. Yeah. Curtis don't tackle enough, says Booby Boy.
You don't?
Klopp just didn't have an answer to Atalanta's tactics. His demeanour now resembles a tired man, and it's seemingly spreading throughout the team. That's a cracking comment, that, because to be honest to you, at the beginning I said, it's like I gave an analogy about buying a lot of ordnance. I don't know what I said. Anyway, yeah, it came as a shock. It's hit them all of a sudden. It's like when someone comes, like I got told the other night, you know, I was doing a show. It was a pod, and gets a phone call, goes and answers it, and I was told that a friend of mine died. You know, it just comes as a shock. And that's the way it was. But our lads, it's a delayed shock because they realise they're only seeing him for the next few weeks and he's gone. He won't be seeing them again. They won't be seeing him again. And the Red says, Frank, I remember that about the goalie going the wrong way. I replied, no, it was Salah who went the wrong way and goalie went the right way. Absolutely. Do you know what? And thank you for that, Redbird, because I'm fed up with these people. But these were pundits, you know. These were pundits saying, well, if you know, and it was just Mo Salah. And people forget that Mo Salah is our leading goal scorer. He's our leading goal scorer. And the problem that we've got is that people, I believe that he's a scapegoat to some fans. I really believe that he's a scapegoat. You know, he missed that glorious chance tonight. He missed that glorious chance. And someone will say, oh, just imagine if it was Darwin who missed that chance, they'd be on his back and everyone's on Salah's back. Oh, what did he say? No, I'm the same, bro. But they are saying he has a big character like Klopp. And that's what we need. He must be talking about Amarim. Sounds like we are in the Maya. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're not Manchester. No, we're certainly not Man United, mate. Why can't we pull the documentary mad idea to do another one? Yeah.
I'm not doing a documentary now, are they?
Yeah, they're doing that. What is it? Netflix thing.
No wonder this has happened. It'll be that cat. That's where the hex has come from. Bloody Netflix. Hexflix. That's what it is. That cat is part of it as well. Bloody documentary.
Klopp did say he was leaving. Klopp did say if we ever made it, he'd leave the club.
So maybe that was an excuse for the owners to get rid of him, you know, perfect way to do that. Because they never wanted Klopp to be bigger than them, you know. They don't like any business don't want a guy who's working for them to be bigger than them. It's the way the world is, you know. So
he's the type of man that goes back on his word, and he went back on his word over signing that contract. Something happened there, mate, for him to walk away. With 2 years left on his contract, something happened there. And I want to hear about it as soon as he's gone and he's like saved it up and got in touch with someone and said, yeah, sort this out, this story. I hope it's funny. And I hope he has a right go at as many of them as he can.
Would anyone agree with what TW says here? I wish Klopp had parted ways with Linders at the end of last season and found a new coach to work with. New ideas are set.
Not really, because this season he's going back, I say, like 6 weeks ago, everything was rosy when you really look at it, and all of a sudden everyone's like that. Come on, man. It's like about time. Show a bit of loyalty, you know. Show a bit of loyalty to the guy, like Salah and Klopp, for example. Them two guys alone have put Liverpool on a pedestal. Like, I put them on a level that you can't even imagine when we had Rodgers, where we'll be at, you know. And that's why, for me, I think the modern day football fans, no appreciation of anything. Yeah, times change. You want to change your manager, I understand. Different tactics and stuff. But at the end of the day, we all know Klopp's leaving. So sort of give it a rest a little bit. Support the guys until it's not possible that we can win the league. Then after that, you can moan how much you want, you know.
Even JK
I'm not saying TW is moaning there. But I just feel sometimes a club like Liverpool deserve 2 DMs at our level. We deserve that. And because Klopp didn't get a second DM, okay, fans are going to moan at Klopp, not knowing that he's probably told, no, you can't get it. You know, they're going to be moaning at Klopp and saying it was your fault that we didn't win anything and stuff.
Well, K-Max says, If we lose to Fulham this weekend, and the fans will turn because this is on Klopp. Okay, what do you think? Do you agree with that?
No, I think it's on Klopp in the last few games, tactics-wise, and in the sort of way he played Endo in them 2 games where he shouldn't have played them. Them sort of mistakes have sort of creeped into his game in the last few months, you know. But as I said before, if Klopp was given another DM to help out Endo, we wouldn't have these problems in the last few games. 100%. You know, DM is for us the most important position in the team because, like, you got Virgil at the back, Salah up top. That DM is the next guy that's really important along with Alisson, you know. And we didn't really ever we got Endo, bro, like a 30-year-old Japanese international who played for Stuttgart. A team of Liverpool's level got that guy, just that guy. Embarrassing. Okay, no one can say nothing to Klopp. I don't want to hear no fans saying, Klopp got it wrong, this, that, and the other. If Klopp had a DM in the last 3 games, who was as fit as Endo was in them games, he was good, we wouldn't have lost them games.
Palina.
Even Palina, bro. Yeah, he was great last few seasons with Fulham. I would have took him, no problem. Even if he cost 60 million, who cares? If we win the league, job done. Yeah. They ain't going to do that. The owners are not going to do that, bro. They would never do that.
That's what I said before, JK.
You never spend any money.
Next season, people are expecting, all these players to come in. They're not going to have the money for all these players to come in. And Gino says, I think there's a bit of an overreaction. We don't need an overall. Little nip and tuck. No major surgery required. Just think everything has caught up with us. And I go along with that. I really do. Because we've got some fantastic players, And I mean fantastic. Excuse me. And Ludovic says, how many relationships did we win today, boys? Exactly. You know what he's saying there? Oh, Jesus. I'm not reading out what he's saying. No, but Edwards has the ability to spot games. And Steve Evans says, I can't say what Steve says. And TW says, it will make no difference where you play, Gapco. He is not good enough. And Boogie Boy says, okay, use his ability. Yeah, and he laughs about that. Because of Arsenal, says the Boogie Boy. And I've been talking about Unai Emery for years now. This guy should have been Kloppo's replacement years ago, says Kamer.
I just can't see Emery at a club like Liverpool. I know everyone says, he went to Arsenal and he finished 5th and got sacked. But maybe he's the type of guy who goes into a club who are sort of big, Sevilla, Villa. They're good, big teams, but not big, and does a job there. Maybe he can handle that sort of pressure where they're sort of happy with any sort of success pushing forward. With Liverpool, you've got to win the Champions League or the Premier League. And if you don't, you're gone. Different world, bro. Different world.
That's it. It is a different world. And the fans, I'm not saying all the fans expect it. I'd say a majority of fans expect it. They expect big trophies in the cabinet by the end of the season. And this Carabao Cup that we've won, if we don't win the league, that is, that will count as nothing to the majority of fans. You know that, don't you? And, if they say, no, it was a great win and it was a great trophy, well, they're the hypocrites. Because remember when someone else was in the finals in the last few years, before we went in the finals 2 years ago, and they were saying it's a Mickey Mouse Cup. So they're the hypocrites who'll be saying,
United.
That was a great win, big club and all this garbage. They're the hypocrites then come out and say, well, that wasn't good enough, just that trophy. And came back 4 games in 10 days coming up with Pigmal shafting us with refs and VAR. That's it. No, and as the dog says, that's my guy there.
I never seen it ending like this. I thought like we'd at least go till the end of the season, and whether we won or lost the league would be like on the last day or maybe the next to the last day. I just didn't see it as if this is what it is and it's over. Then I didn't see it being such a bastard, horrible bastard.
1 week, yeah. It's been a week, bro. This has like been the worst week of our season. Thursday, Sunday, Thursday. All in all,
I've been football for days. But if I'm not on here, I don't even look at anything. I've not looked at anything to do with football related. Like I just forget about it.
Too much pain.
It is. That's why I couldn't even watch the pictures tonight. It was too painful. Like I knew we wouldn't go through. So I thought,
Lee, we watched Liverpool win, lose or draw, mate.
And I had Chris Page on Redman TV doing the commentary, mate. It was a throwback to my old radio listening days here in Liverpool, Radio City, Radio Merseyside. So I just listened to it on Redman TV with Pajak's commentary, and someone was with him.
Well, K-Max says, was anyone agree with him? Klopp is leaving, mate. That's what I've wanted for over 2 years. I'm chill now.
Well, he's happy then.
Does anyone agree with that? Okay,
Yeah,
Max.
he's all but gone now, anyway. You know what I mean? It's just how many weeks is it now till the end of the season? It's 4, isn't it? It's 4 weeks till the end of the season, and then he's gone, mate.
Who are you going to replace him with? That's the main thing. I think, like, what we've been going on for like the most of the season, quality-wise, number 9s and managers, there's not enough about. A lot of people say, hey, okay, get rid of Darwin. Who are you going to get? Isaac, who's always injured from Newcastle? Because that's the only really guy possible you can get. Name me some more top strikers. There's not any more. They're gone. Same as managers. Like, who are you going to get to replace Klopp? You know, like, who's the guy who can handle a club like Liverpool? You know, and owners like Liverpool have. So you got to understand that. So. Yeah, some people are happy. I'm not happy Klopp's leaving, but I'm happy that he can take his physio team and medical team with him, because them guys, ever since that guy came from Arsenal, it's been downhill for us. I don't care what anyone says. They're the guy who always comes on the pitch when someone's injured. He runs on. It's him.
What's his name? I forgot.
His name is it Chris? Is it Chris something? From Arsenal, anyway.
Chris. There's a lot of Chris's.
Chris.
I'll tell you what, guys. I'll swap Darwin in as for Cole Palmer in a heartbeat.
Well, Greenland says long ball incoming until the end of the season. And
that's what we needed today. We needed long balls that second half. Instead of keeping passing it to each other, hit the ball long into areas. Like,
but that's what, in the first half, that's what Trent was doing.
That's what he was doing.
That's what he was doing. But he tired out. That's why he was close up.
Yeah. There you go.
And it's a pity that Lee never seen it. He would have been drooling with the balls and he was putting them on the feet, coming over. Nice over 6 months. Fantastic. And we should have done better with most of them, to be honest.
To the future, that at the beginning of May, by the time we play West Ham away or something, it'll be over. You won't be
Lee, can I tell you something, Lee? Lee, can I tell you something? I'm going to send you, after the stream's finished, I'm going to send you a link. You can watch all the Liverpool games.
It's going to be a sunny day early in May, and like we haven't been able to beat West Ham, and that's the end of it. I could see that in a few weeks' time.
Oh God, bro.
Isn't it horrible, your imagination, when you laugh like this to stew on it? Will it all be over by the time we go to West Ham?
What did you say, Zalo?
I said after the stream's finished, I'll send Lee a link so he can watch all the Liverpool games.
I can see them anyway if I make half an effort, mate. I just chose not to for that today because I knew they wouldn't like it, so I thought I'd just listen.
But you didn't listen. You only listened to the second half with a watch along.
And I can't even remember what I was typing. It wasn't flattering for FSG, I know that much.
Cole Palmer seems an absolute steal. Yes, he does. I like him anyway.
How much was he?
Well,
How much was he?
40 million he was. 40 million.
I was going to say 204 million. It was a choke on his no biscuit. Anyway, I'm going to finish it tonight, lads. It's 12:30. I've only got 342 people, and I've only got 3 likes. Heads up.
Yeah, I just want to came out. I just feel that with Endo, good signing. We just needed another Endo in the midfield just to keep it sort of safe for us guys. When one gets injured, the other guy's ready to play. When the other guy gets injured, the other guy's ready. And if we want to sub him off, the other guy's always there. Very important for a club like our structure to have that. And just having Endo, even though it might be Klopp's choice, and just having him, for me, it's suicide, you know?
Well,
Hi, everyone.
Boogie Boy says probably 80 million now is their Palmer. And K-Max says 3 forwards who could replace Nunes: Tony, Bowen, Openda.
Openda, yeah. I like Openda.
Yeah. Well,
Tony.
do you think Tony's too old?
No, he hasn't scored in a long time. When he came back on the scene.
Scored against us, didn't he? The other week. Well, the last time we played them anyway. Scored.
I think that was the last time he scored.
Yeah, well, he only scored against us.
But he's been linked to Man United this week, so that's just God knows who makes these stories up. Like the guy supports Liverpool, but he's linked to Man United. For me, Tony, they're putting the price tag on him like he's big time. Like the figures I've heard, like 90 million and stuff like that. I'm like, get out of here. Come on. No way. But I like Tony. I think he's a good player, but not big enough for Liverpool, you know. So Bowen is an option to look at. He's an option. I'm not sure if he's actually a Man United fan as well. Bowen, he's a Man United fan. Yeah. But Openda from Leipzig, I like the look of him.
Well, the boogeyman says none of them. Isaac he wants.
He's a goal scorer, but always injured. Nearly.
None of them.
Yeah, he's a good player, Isaac.
I'm keeping Darwin, bro.
JK, if I'm getting a striker, I'm going all out to sign Victor Gyökeres. That boy is genius.
I've seen him, bro, live a few times. Coventry he plays for, isn't it? He used to.
It's class, mate.
He's okay.
24 years.
I don't know. I just want Darwin to just get his fitness back, bro. If he gets fit, then it's cool. Then you know he's ready to play. The guy's not fit. Yeah. Do you know what his injury was?
Tonight.
Yeah, he proved it tonight, bro. Him and Jota did nothing when they came on.
You could see that tonight, actually. He wasn't fit. Because normally he was down there chasing everything.
Nothing.
And people will say, I didn't seem to care. You know, Colin Dyke said, I've just put the bin out a better experience than that watch tonight. A better experience, putting the bin out.
My bins have been out there for ages. They weren't here on Good. They always come on Friday. Good Friday, there was none. Then the Friday after, they didn't take them either. I'm wondering where they are. It's doing me head in. Bins are still out there. Bin annoyance.
And
That's why rats, the total of number of rats in Europe now has increased. There are rats everywhere.
It's the recyclable bins, so it's not any rat food. Like it's all like old crap that have been thrown away because I'm looking to move from this flat. Throwing loads of shit away like for weeks.
Do it, bro.
And K-Max says Coventry, is that Coventry? Yeah. And Sporting isn't enough to spend 80 million on.
Gyökeres, yeah. He's good, but I think he's not fast enough for a Liverpool team.
This is what I mean. You've got to have someone coming in who'd be the perfect fit, because we've had so many duds.
Andy Carroll's, Benteke.
Yeah.
We've had some dodgy ones.
Ones we've bought duds like that, like Thiago and Keita. They were both injury duds rather than being outrageously crap players. They were just injury duds. And how many have we had?
Do you ever remember when Liverpool signed? Do you ever remember when they signed? When we signed Keita?
Mm-hmm.
And Francine, my daughter, said, "I don't know what we're buying him for." I said, "Well," she said, "he's always injured, Dad." I said, "How do you know?" She said, "I know he's always," because she watches football, everywhere she watches it, if you know what I mean. So she knew about it. She knew about him, rather, being injury prone. And she was proved right. She said, "I told you, didn't I, Dad?" I said, "You did, sweetheart, you did."
He was a villain before we bought him. All them videos before we bought him and all the chat you did, you were like, wow, this player's going to be immense and it can't go wrong. And then as soon as he got here, it went wrong. Can't go wrong. And as soon as he come here, he was injured like Thiago. Thiago got injured on his debut versus Everton, didn't he?
Yeah,
who was it who done him? Someone done him. It was Richarlison, yeah. On his debut, Richarlison done him in the derby. And we didn't see him again for 3 months. That had to be portentous, that, didn't it? But this is later career, after he recovered from that one, the first one on his debut. Man.
Well, John says, when was the last time we scored a goal from open play? Can anyone remember?
Old Trafford, was it, or something? When it come across for Diaz or something? Well, no, that was a corner, wasn't it? Nunes had it on or something. Yeah. That was an open play.
I think it did come from Diaz, actually. An open goal. Or was it Gapcon?
I can't remember.
Was it against Southampton in the cup match?
No, it was what after that. I'm trying to think. It was a league match.
Okay.
Come on, JK, you should know that, man.
It's so long ago, bro. I can't even remember. That's how bad it is.
Who did we play before Man United in the FA Cup? Who did we play?
And Breedy says, Isak will be good, but we don't know how we will set up next season. I'd definitely get Isak, and I suppose he's like Jota in a way. That's what he says. And cheer up, everyone. We won and kept a clean sheet, says Colin Dykes. And yes, we did. And on that fantastic note, we'll end. And all I've got to say is thank you, boys, for joining me tonight. It was a late one, and it was a long one as well. And I think everybody's tired. bit disappointed, to be honest. But do you know what? I think when we got beat by Manchester United, I think that was worse feeling of that.
Away victory, isn't it? Let's have another one.
It's in a way.
We
If
go
we
again.
would have got beat, I would have been extremely disappointed. But we won. We kept a clean sheet.
They're the better team than Fulham.
Yeah.
We go again, Frankie.
And
Fulham Europe, Hardy, like, they're not as good as Siemens after a long time.
K-Mac, he couldn't come on. I don't know what happened. Amarin wants Inacio, Gyökeres. Well, how would you pronounce him? Gyökeres. FSG, $100 million to get him.
Gyökeres.
Oh, K-Mac, come on, please. You kid. 100 million. K-Mac says, big up, lads. Big up, Frankenboy, says the Boogie Boy. Night Short, says Colin.
Peace.
And Bunker says Sheffield United forever. Yeah, see.
No, he's on about the goal, last goal we got in the open play.
McAllister, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well done, bro.
It's only joking, you know. Sheffield United forever. Anyway, yeah. And the Boogie says Manchester won't get fifth. That's what he says. TW, cheers, boys. And K-Mac, Amarin is 10 million, and Asio 50, and that Gerrits 50 million. So that's 100 million. Get them in, I'll be made up. I like that, and Asio. I said him last year, though. Trying to get him. And
one day.
Yes, at least United won't get fifth place for the Champions League. Oh yeah, because we're out, aren't we? I wonder if they were cheering us on tonight.
Do you know where it's going to, Frank, as well?
What?
Italy have got the extra fifth place spot.
Fair enough.
Your Frank's Italy's got it.
Oh. Well, anyway, my neck's killing me. Your little back's killing me. No one feels sorry for me.
Oh, we all feel sorry for you, Frankie. What's hurting you, Lee?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyone in pain there, I'm getting on myself now where I get like pain and shit, like from being old. Pain shit from getting older. It's just like for nothing to get you, and you haven't even done anything to deserve it. It's just at you. You're like, get off me.
Well, they had good company today with George Scott when he came down, and he gave that book to for Darryl, which is lovely of him. And as Ian McCabe says, as long as we don't end up in fifth, we've already qualified here.
We'll be okay, bro. Yeah. We'll be okay.
There's not enough points left, is there, for a big mouth thing? How many games is left? 5 now?
6.
Bloody hell, I wish it was 2. I wish I wish that was the last game. For this, it's going to be horrible, isn't this? Unless we do it, unless we turn it around. This is a win away from home, then we go to Fulham and get a narrow win, but just about a win, and then get better from there. We turn it on against Everton and give them a bashing on their own pitch.
Yeah, the last one on their pitch.
And in the scoreline as well, and in the scoreline, and then we carry on from there, like. And City's are on points. That's bad because they have an onside goal not given, and VAR even look at it, see that it's onside, but still don't give it. This happens to City away to Tottenham soon. Definitely.
I still believe, boys. I still believe.
No, I think that's good to believe. I think it's really good.
You gotta have that. Yeah, you gotta have that in you. Yeah.
What else can we do? Fulham, we won tonight, even though we didn't go through, but it's a win away from home. And a better team than Fulham because they're in Europe. Fulham aren't in Europe.
At the end of the day,
And do you
At
know
the end
what?
of the day, boys. Sorry, Frank. I was just going to say, at the end of the day, if we win our 2 games, we go 4 points clear. Man City still not winning their games to them.
Well, to be honest, we never give up until the last kick. We're out of we're out tonight. It was just a game too far, unfortunately. A couple of bad mistakes. Few bad mistakes cost us. And we're out. And we're out. And that's the point. And we're out. And the Boogie Boy says Kevin De Bruyne is injured. Hamstring. So he's out.
Yeah, he is.
And what you've got to think of as well, Arsenal who went out and Man City, that could affect them. That could affect them more than it would affect us because we're the masters of it.
Mm.
And people are forgetting what we can achieve. We're a few games to go. And we could easily win those games. But, to play 2 games in 7 days, something stupid like that, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Knock Marco Silva over one more time. Remember that one that got him the sack where we hammered Everton and Goodison a few years ago? We battled them and next day he was gone. Origi was on, wasn't he? He was 2 goals into the mischief, one of Origi that night. I enjoyed that.
Now, don't forget, we've got a pod on, a post-match on Sunday, yeah? And also, what time's the kick-off Sunday, any idea? Is it an early one?
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock. 2 o'clock when we play on a Thursday. We should get 4.
No, it's the later kick-off, Brian.
Well, all right, we'll come on at 4.
What was it?
Okay, we'll come on at 4. Blimey. We'll come on at 4 on Sunday. Is that okay with you?
Wait a second, bro.
No, don't
the
worry.
Liverpool game kicks off at 4:30, so that
4:30.
means 6:15 it will finish. So 6:30 is cool.
Okay, no. See, I'm getting mixed things because I thought it was 2 o'clock.
No, that's
half 4. Half 4. Half 4. Just checked.
Yeah, well, Antico said half 4. Half 4. So we're okay. So
7.
right after the game, we'll have a pod. Now, don't forget what's happening on Sunday morning. Not Sunday morning, Saturday morning at 10:30.
Films and TV.
JK.
I'll give you a call tomorrow, bro, about that.
All right. See, he hasn't been watching any films or anything. It's like
I
a
have.
kid.
I have.
I can't go on.
Get down on it.
I can't go on because we haven't watched any films and Frank has shouted at me. That's JK.
Frank, every time you ask for a film, I always watch it.
Well, I'm going to ask you to try and get a film up. It's very good. I watched it last night, and I watched it a few years ago, and I thought, oh, watch this. This is good. So I watched it, and it's a cracking little story.
Yeah.
And it's called Triangle.
Triangle.
And it stars Melissa.
I'll spell it, Frank.
I'll finish it. T-R. I'm about to fucking enough now. You're not coming on ever again. Never coming on. It's like our kid said, will you do me quiz for me? I said, yeah, okay. And I came home from university, and I had to go straight to this bleeding quiz because I had a late session, I had a late tutorial. So we get there, sit on the thing, there's the questions there because our kids went away. So we got the questions, like the manager. I said, you haven't fucking given anyone to anyone, have you? You know, he said, oh no, he said, no chance. So anyway, he gave me the questions. and one of them was a cracker, you know, and it was about Idi Amin, you know, the president of Uganda.
Yeah, he was some
So
character.
anyway, I said he was the president of Uganda who wanted to marry. The question was similar to this. I think I'm paraphrasing. Who wanted to marry Princess Anne? And you know, so anyway, when I was reading the answers out through this, someone shouted, "How do you spell that? How do you spell his name?" And I went, honestly, fell right into it, didn't I? I, and everyone went, "Oh dear."
Never
Oh,
heard that before, didn't know that one. I think I had two, mate. That was what happened to me.
Is it an old film, Frank? Is it an old film or?
yeah, look here, McKay. Frank been watching The Outside. They're really good so far.
Yeah.
Jason Bateman. It's brilliant. It's brilliant, Ian.
I might watch it again, The Outside, and it's that good.
It's absolutely first class. And if you like that, watch another one called Spotless. Spotless is brilliant as well.
Spotless.
That's all it's called, Spotless. But try and watch Triangle.
I'll watch it tomorrow, then I'll come on Saturday.
No, you're not coming on anymore. You're a bleeding nuisance telling me to spell triangle and use all that.
We love each other too much, Frank.
And the Booger Boy says, he's great, this fella, isn't he? Booger Boy, the Boogie Man, the Boogie Man, the Boogie Boy. Have you all watched the new Prime Fallout? No, you see, I've seen it, and I'll have a go at this, because I like disaster films and things. But it's had seasons. And the ones we want, you know, because of the film show and TV series, is, you know, you can actually watch like back-to-back series, because there's only 8 there. You know, if you're doing that in one day, just watch it. I just watch them back-to-back. And we talk about it, you know, or we advise people to watch and just give a little summary of it, you know, what the series is about. But try it, the Triangle, it's just called Triangle, is really good. And you just see this girl at the beginning, right, getting out of a cab and walking down towards, you know, like a little pier, and to get on a yacht.
It's the Bermuda Triangle.
So this fella greets her, and I'll tell you who's in it as well. That Liam Hemsworth is it. He's in it.
I don't like him.
Oh, I can't just see what I mean. I shouldn't have mentioned it. I shouldn't have mentioned his name.
Isn't it true with him? Hasn't he got a brother as well? And he's like Thor or something.
Yeah, Jimmy Hemsworth. Anyway, she walks down, and this fella, you know, he owns the yacht. He greets her, only young, and he, you know, he said, "Do you want to go on this?" And she said, "Yeah, you know." Yeah. So you see them getting on the yacht. So there's how many's on the yacht? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people on the yacht.
6
people, yeah. You know, they're only going sailing for the day.
Yeah.
Going out into, you know,
is there a big fat one that goes missing early that looks exactly like Robert Maxwell?
No.
Remember when Robert Maxwell went missing from his yacht?
Yeah. Mossad. That was Mossad. Anyway, yeah. And that's where it starts, where they're just sailing out. And I'll leave it at that. It's called Triangle. And it's good. It's good. That's all I'll say on And the bunkers says, believe LFC forever. Always believe. Absolutely bonkers.
Oh, we can do it.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
I like
you
that.
believe it would turn up.
Yeah. Yeah. See, we're Reds. We don't like to see our team lose. But I hope it's a blessing in disguise, you know. I hope so. Because the players could just say, listen, let's go all out and effing well do this. Let's go out and do it. Because they've got the talent. They can beat teams. And they have done it before. You know, by going up. I remember going there 10 games, winning 10 games, the last 10 games. Remember that a couple of seasons ago?
Those were the days, bro.
Winning with a chance, let's put it that way. Just
Oh, yeah, look. Boogie boy. Okay, bro, would love to get on sometime with you all. That would, yeah. Have you on? I've been asking people, you know, if they ever want to come on. That's no problem. We'll have you on. But we'll have to get us details somewhere, especially your email. Just send your email and we'll have you on. And we'll welcome you because this is a big family thing for us.
Americans have booger for the crowd, don't they? What would you call a crowd?
See, we only have one rule, and that is don't eat biscuits while you're talking. That's the only rule we have, isn't it, Lee?
No biscuits. Biscuit free zone. Or turn the camera off if you're having your biscuits so people can't see you, that you're having malted milk biscuits.
They'll hear the crunch, though. They'll hear the crunch.
You can hear the crunch.
I'll tell you what, boys.
Like, you go into like powder when you chief hit them, then you just go.
Well, yeah,
Frank, when I ate chocolate last year, you gave me a right rollicking.
I know. It's all right. He thinks he's coming on and everything, Lee. He's not. He's going to be punished.
Biscuit as well.
Anyway, the Boogie Boy says, okay, yeah, brilliant. Who do I send the email to? You send it to Jose Marino. He's one of our moderators, isn't he, JK?
Good lad, yep. Top lad.
Top fella. So if you can get it to him, Boogie Boy. Now, listen, you'll find all the details on this thing, you know, and you get it to him. You get it to Jason Pennington. He's the producer of this. That's how you do it. And, you know, if you can't get through, try and get on Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, right after the game. So try and get on after the game and we'll sort something out for you. Is that okay? Let me know. All right, Boogie Boy. And okay, cool. That's good. So listen, Darryl.
Yep.
Mille grazie. Thank you. Lee, thanks. So don't forget, he's coming on with us on Saturday morning at 10:30. Lee, that okay? JK might make it. It depends. For the film and TV review. So
I've been watching some more like that. Dan Aykroyd, unbelievable because it's new. Like off Sky, they kept plugging it. Well, you'd see it anyway in the background. Dan Aykroyd, unbelievable. With like some brolly made out of glass that's shattering over his head and he's going. So I thought I'd give that a whirl. And it's all right. There's some unbelievable stuff in it.
Well, I like Dan Aykroyd. I like him. I like him. You know what? I meant to mention something, and I forgot. I said I'll mention it tonight, and I've completely. Oh yeah, it's about. I don't know many of us know. Should have mentioned it ages ago. I'm having a tour around the city for Lynn Ellis. I'll give you all the details, but it's next month. If you'd like to come along, it's absolutely brilliant. So I'll mention all this on Sunday morning, I think. Not Sunday morning, Saturday morning, but it'll be definitely on Sunday evening, right after the game. And thanks, boys, for everything, for keeping me company. The lads were beaten, but out of it. Let's hope it's a blessing in disguise. And let's have. I might even ask you for your predictive team for the Sunday on the Saturday morning show.
Look,
Oh, come on
tonight,
then.
So that's what I might have. If you
Oh, come on then, Frank.
All right, mate. All
If
right.
Booger Boy's got an email address and he can put it in the comments, if that's cool by him, then we can contact him.
Yeah, did you hear that, Boogie Boy? Put your email in the comments. No one will no one will do anything, if you know what I mean. They'll just, and you'll get contact. You'll get a contact. Okay. Yeah, look, he says, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Anyone who wants to come on the show, man, just drop the link.
Yeah,
Email
anyone.
address in. Yeah.
But how many times have I said that? How
Ian
many
McHale. Yeah.
Even the drug Vigo, he won't go. I remember Anfield Row saying, "Oh, come on, yeah, never heard from him. Definitely come on next week, Frank."
before I ever went on here with you, like I used to think, could I be asked doing that, sitting there talking for like 2 or 3 hours? But yeah, it's all right once you start doing it. It's all right,
Yeah.
like used to it, don't you?
Yeah. Finger red, number 1. Oh yeah, yeah, I may come on with me malted milk.
Sorted.
Malted. I love malted milk, by the way. I really do.
Yeah, but which is your best biscuit to dip tea to dip in tea? Like, which is your one? Because like malted milk sort of ruins the tea, I think.
I always like ginger nuts. I always like ginger nuts because they're nice and sweet in tea.
Shortbread.
Shortbread, big time. Rich tea, they're nice as well.
Yeah.
No, I just like rich tea. Yeah, they are good, and they're not that fattening, apparently. If you know what I mean, because
they come off when you dip them in easy. A biscuit's got to have a bit of resistance for me, be a bit more solid, and it's what's the word? That anyway, that one where it's more like you chew on it more for me. It's too cheese when you dip them in. It's all there when you bite it. It's like
well, if you buy a cornetto, don't dip that in. That's a waste of time.
Just one cornetto.
Oh yeah.
Give it to me.
Well, any idea what that song comes from, by the way?
Yeah.
Oh, sole mio. Yeah, look at that. He's laughing his little head off. And arrivederci. Arrivederci. Ci vediamo. Tutti. Tutti. That's great. That's great. So listen, lads. Thank you. See you all on Saturday morning.
Saturday.
Hopefully, did I say Saturday? I did, didn't I? Saturday morning, 10:30.
Yeah.
Hope to see you there, JK. Okay. And if not, we'll see you on
Saturday's show. I've got a few that I've watched, like a bit of them. There's one with Eva Green, Proxima. a sci-fi one where she's going to go up into space. And I watched about 20 minutes, but she ain't gone up to space yet.
Do you know what I watched again? Extraterrestrial. I watched it again, but I fell asleep. So we had to go back, see where it was up. So I went back, and it's a really good film, you know. It's a really, really good film. It's got everything in it. It's got music in it, but you got to listen to it because it comes from other films. And even, you know, the beginning of it. Does anyone ever watch The X-Files?
Yeah.
It starts off like The X-Files. It's a fantastic film. It really is. I just like it anyway. So I'll just see you all. Okay. Saturday and Sunday. Have a good sleep, everyone. Don't get over overly disappointed in the game tonight. It wasn't meant to be. That's all that I'm going to think about. It wasn't meant to be. And there's been worse defeats. Okay? And at least
Klopp's last European game.
Yeah. Yep.
He won it.
Disappointed.
He won it though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
He won
Just
his
leave it
last
as that
job.
then. You know what I mean? Just win the league. That would be so good for him and for us. It'd be good.
Yeah. I think that's a very good comment. That JK. He won it. He won his last European game for Liverpool Football.
That's important.
As manager of Liverpool Football Club, and we mustn't forget that.
Arsenal got to play Chelsea, haven't they, in the league?
Yep.
A rearranged one.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget, you know, what Klopp has achieved. You've only got to look at the wall, the Champions Wall of Liverpool. He's
Numbers
added.
gone up. Yeah.
He's added.
So,
absolutely. We're spin doctors, bro, says Drunk Beagle. Yes, we are spin doctors. And it's the best way to spin. What do you think of that Liam Gallagher calling us all scousers and everything yesterday?
I haven't heard about it. I'm not really bothered. He's thick, Liam Gallagher. He always was.
Yeah, but he got his own back today. Should have heard the comments. Lashed at him, you know, on Twitter and X and whatever it's called. But anyway, I'm going to go. And Klopp has done well with what he has had to spend, says the Boogie Boy. Yes. That's right. And don't forget that. We've always discussed that, haven't we, JK?
Mm-hmm.
We've always discussed that. Thank you, boys. I'm definitely leaving now. Thank you, chat. Thank you for staying with the lads. And I hope you've enjoyed it. And don't forget, subscribe, like, and I'll love you all for it.